ATIHD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand.
I receive texts before the show even starts. Get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And before I introduce Kyle, I'm going to change the channel as I don't need him distracted from...
Distracted, upset.
Yeah, with all the
triggered.
As soon as I looked to my left and I saw it, I said, oh, what the heck?
NFL Network on one of our TVs replaying the game from last night.
Turn it all off. I want blackness,
wrong
darkness.
Wrong remote. Oh, no, more exposure.
Turn it all off. Turn everything off.
It's off. It's off. Woo. Hey, turn it back on. I need the other TVs, damn it.
You don't need anything.
Kyle went nuclear option. It all
You
gets
do
shut
your
down.
job.
I am doing my job. Just to turn everything off. I don't know.
You just ruined my entire setup. Because you're upset.
The Packers ruined my entire night and day.
And that's my fault?
Hell no. Well, you got to feel the wrath because misery loves company.
I don't want your company. I can tell you that much. Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up. You leave the TVs and get back to your seat, and I'll figure this out.
I broke it, just like Matt LaFleur broke
Just like that. You were just pressing buttons, Kyle. What do you expect?
I was trying to turn it off.
That was a better plan than Matt LaFleur had.
It was executed.
It was like when Matt LaFleur was looking at that iPad, trying to figure out what can I do to get this offense going. That's how you were operating with the smart system over there.
Again, more successful, as Ben said. I'm more successful than Matt LaFleur at doing my job.
And you turned them all off. Maybe ruined them, and you're still more successful.
What are you most mad at, Kyle?
Oh, everything. I mean, when you talk about, I don't know, fourth and 9, deciding to go for it. I don't know, 4th and 1 and having the defensive lineman from the other team be inside zone that way, and now having your running back sit there be like, he knows exactly what we're going to do. I don't know. This stale offense, the predictability of this offense. I don't know. The fact that I haven't seen a Wisconsin quarterback throw a damn touchdown pass in a whole month of November from college football and also from damn NFL football. Just everything's bad.
The problem is there's a lot of problems. That's the problem. And it's not like, oh, man, if the Packers just do one thing, then they're going to be okay, right? There are so many problems. You mentioned some of them already, Kyle, but you've got poor play calling by Matt LaFleur. You got bad decision-making from Jordan Love. Can we talk about how trash this offensive line is? They can't run block. They can't protect Jordan Love. How many times did the pocket just collapse on Jordan Love, particularly right in his face?
It seemed like every time he
Every time he can't step into his throws, he's falling backward. You got drops by your receivers. You've got... you got penalties.
You got Bo Melton playing receiver.
Yeah, Bo Melton playing receiver, offense, defense. You got penalties in critical situations. I cannot take another illegal formation. It feels like that happens more often than any other team in the NFL. And yeah, when they do it, let's make sure it's on critical plays. The long pass to Christian Watson and then the 4th and 1 play. Well, if we are going to have an illegal formation, let's make sure it's in the most critical moments. I mean, this team... Bad execution, bad play calls, not rising to the occasion. We were saying they played down to their opponent and losing. They're not playing up to their opponents, and the Eagles weren't even that impressive last night. Anyway, that's the thing. They were ripe for the picking, and the Packers didn't do it. And they're faced now with a situation where they got to go the rest of the year, and they better tune it in fast because you got to go probably at least 5 of your next 8 games, and their schedule is about to enter their hardest part.
You're already looking too far
I'm
ahead.
just getting stressed.
The problem that I had was 4th and 1, and I had tweeted it. And what was crazy to me was the amount of time Matt LaFleur looked at his damn iPad and tried to figure out what he's got to do to make this offense successful. And nothing changed other than when they went up tempo. And, of course, there's going to be a little bit more rhythm. But when you get in 4th and 1 and you have 2 timeouts in your pocket, yes, use one, please.
Yeah.
Please, God, Matt.
Yeah, that was a perfect time.
4th and 1, they're in shotgun. I know you're in a hurry up.
Yeah, it's
you're
bad.
down. You need your best play. You need your little iPad. You need to look at it and know that the inside zone that you've ran 18 million times on every chance you could on 2nd down.
Can.
And by the way, I'm glad you mentioned can. They have 2 plays that are called. LaFleur's got one for Jordan Love and a second one for Jordan Love. He reads the defense. Guess what he's seeing? 2 high safeties. Okay, looks like we're probably going to do what? Run the ball. Can. You know who else is tapping their helmets when he goes can? The Eagles, because they run the most predictable offense in the NFL. Everybody could see it coming. I saw Malik Heath go on the field, and I'm like, all right, there's the blocking wide receiver. Here comes a freaking run. And I don't know how any Packer fan could be calm watching the play-calling guru, bad time management coach, lead this football team. It was an embarrassment. The illegal formations, Brad, that should never, ever be brought up.
Never. Ever.
But
Yeah,
every week, they continue to just shoot themselves in the leg. They did it the first 3 drives, self-inflicting wounds. And then even on 4th and 1, we're laughing about the inside zone. What's forgotten is it wouldn't have even counted because there was illegal formation.
It's
had
crazy.
A free defensive play.
And it's not like...
Free defensive play, yeah, that's what it was.
And it's not like you're looking at it and saying, boy, oh boy, we have been rolling with the inside zone all year, so it doesn't even matter if they know because they can't stop it. The running game has been putrid all year with really no excuse because Josh Jacobs, maybe he's a little bit more dinged up than he leads on, but he's one of the best running backs in the NFL. You can't get it going because the offensive line is missing guys. They're not winning their blocks. That's been a huge disappointment. Moving Elton Jenkins to center has been a complete failure. Aaron Banks, the signing in the free agents market, that's been a complete failure. They are not rising to the occasion, and there's just so many issues where you're exactly right. You have no faith going into an inside zone play in 4th and 1 to begin with, and then the Eagles call it out. They call it out and say inside zone. Jordan Love doesn't take a timeout. Matt LaFleur doesn't take a timeout. They say, snap the ball.
Let's hear it for ourselves. Wherever you're listening, I know I turned my voice up there because I'm frustrated watching the same offense over and over. But if you listen closely, if you have not heard this yet, you will hear the defense call out the play.
Inside zone this way! Inside zone this way!
Inside zone this way!
It's Jacobs. Flag flies. Jacobs is brought down, and the ball was out.
Doug, I heard it on TV when he said inside zone this way, and you watch enough Packers games and you see that formation, you know what the down and distance is, you understand what the Packers do. Like, I know the tendencies. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope they don't run this ball. I hope they don't run this ball. And it is exactly what they did. That is a problem for your head football coach. This, if anything, should be a wake-up for Matt LaFleur that you didn't do good enough self-scouting and your offense and your play calling has become way too predictable. When guys can see stuff throughout the game and they're able to call it out in the biggest moment that you need, that's going to be almost a deciding factor of the game. The Packers got the ball back again, but in that moment, the deciding factor of the game, and this is what happens, you need to go and look in the mirror and understand, I am doing something wrong. And so at this point now, I might have got...
That's right. Nick Sirianni tried to make Matt LaFleur look like a genius.
He did.
Yeah, that's for Nick Sirianni. Oof.
I get emotional, right? But I haven't been fire Matt LaFleur, and I'm not going to say fire Matt LaFleur, but I think Matt LaFleur needs to understand. We talked about it last week about he doesn't make the playoffs, he's going to get fired. Matt LaFleur needs to understand that he's got to get this stuff together, or legitimately you will be fired. Like, this isn't going to be just talk from fans. This isn't going to be talk from radio hosts. This isn't going to be talk from podcasters, bloggers. No, this is going to be talk from Ed Policy at the end of this year. If you don't get your stuff together, you are going to be fired, because this is a problem. This is worse than just winning or losing. Your offense has lost its luster. That is a problem, because we're not just talking about 2025. You got a championship window. If this is how your offense is stalling out now, you don't have any prospects for 26, 27, or 28 with this quarterback and this team.
Well, and the reality is, too, there's no excuse that Matt LaFleur shouldn't be the smartest guy on the field, right? I mean, that is his MO. That's what he's known for. Offensive wizard, genius, the whole thing. He's been in football enough. And let's be honest, Nick Sirianni, the opposing head coach, he's not all that impressive. I mean, he's solid as a head coach, but I mean, you've had a lot of the opposing teams, offensive and defensive coordinators go to other teams, so they've had transitions. So Matt LaFleur should be the smartest mind on the field, no matter what side of the ball you're talking about. And the reality is, we hear that noise, right? That got picked up on the TV. There is so much discussion that goes on the field that never gets picked up, right? So everybody heard that.
It was reminiscent of, run, Jordan, run!
Yeah, exactly.
Run!
So Matt LaFleur heard that. He knows the play call he just heard. He can hear. If we can hear that, Matt LaFleur certainly can. Why isn't there a timeout, timeout, timeout?
It is.
You got to think quickly, and you got to be smarter than that.
800-990-3776. The Packers dropped the game in an ugly fashion offensively, 10-7 to the Philadelphia Eagles. It's 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. Let's go to Kevin in Illinois on Matt LaFleur. Kevin, you're on the Carbless Talk and Text line with KBN.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. I am completely fed up with everything Matt LaFleur. This team never comes out prepared. Even the games that they looked well in the second half, like the Steelers game, they were not prepared to play in the first half. Everything this guy does, it seems like he's always trying to be the smartest guy in the room instead of being the best football coach. Meanwhile, the team down south, their quarterback probably sucks, but at least that head coach puts his team in a situation to be successful every week. He highlights the positives and the skill sets of the players and personnel on that team. Meanwhile, our head coach, he's on the sidelines with his back to the field while his team's on the field playing, doing God knows what on an iPad. Even his assistants on the side in the background of that picture are looking at him like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this guy is completely inept, and, this team's not going to do anything as long as this man's at the helm. I'll hang up, listen. Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Yeah, we're open for you all show long. KBN Nation, ESPN Wisconsin, 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text.
I think it is pretty significant where I know we're joking about what was he looking at on the iPad. I understand he does have the responsibilities of being the play caller, basically offensive coordinator, but this is what you have to utilize your guys for, your staff for. It is, honestly, it's a tough look when you are the head coach of the football team and you don't just coach the offense, right? You have to be able to balance that out where you're able to, I guarantee you ain't going to see Sean Payton turning his back to the field for 4 minutes trying to, with his butt poking out, and you're looking at it like a kid on a damn tablet trying to figure out what's going on. It's embarrassing, and honestly, we're getting to the point where
what was Matt LaFleur doing on the tablet? Wrong answers only. 800-990-3776.
They scored 7 points. There's not enough that you did, player. You had a whole week to figure out what you need to do on this tablet. And when you think back to 4th and 1, for me, this is just another week where Matt LaFleur failed this team, right? It is absolutely demoralizing and humiliating to have somebody from the opposing team sit there and call out your play on a 4th and 1 situation where you got to get a first down. We talked about it last week, and once again, Matt LaFleur is failing his offense. He is failing Jordan Love, and he ended up failing this football team. And I'm going to be honest, we're getting to the point where we're getting very close, where there needs to be a leadership change, just because sometimes you got to start over with somebody else. In this football team, they're missing a leader who has a little bit of edge. Matt LaFleur, he's a great coach, but sometimes change is good, and we're getting very close to that change coming type thing.
Corey in Chicago, you're on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776 with KBN.
Hey, how y'all doing? I enjoy watching y'all's show, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. If you can turn it down on the background so we can hear you more clear, we'd appreciate it, but we do appreciate it.
I got you. No, I got you. No, the issue, like I said, the real issue is leadership. It's like it had never happened to a Mike Holmgren team. Like when Mike Holmgren called the plays for the offense, it was for the offense. But if he had issues with all sides of the ball, his offense, defense, or special teams, he will get in everybody's you know what.
Yeah.
The issue, like you say, with Matt LaFleur, Kyle, is he's not a leader. He's not a man's man. He's not a man's man. We need a man's man in this locker room to lead the 53 men in Green Bay. And I think the leader in the locker room is Hasley.
We appreciate the call, Corey. 800-990-3776. I've seen that on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. On the Carbless talk and text line, 800-990-3776. Chris Larson's running the show. If he does not get to your call, it's just because they are full, and he will get to them as you continue to call. So he's working hard back there, so keep calling. He will get to them because we want to get to you. Look, leadership, execution, discipline, play calling. These are all the things that I tried warning you about with the report card of Matt LaFleur as the head coach.
The Packers need a disciplinarian type coach because, Brad, you talked about the illegal formations that we consistently keep seeing. Some of these little things that need to get picked up. Matt LaFleur, again, the disciplinarian part where you have to have a little sense of fear. You feared Ron Rivera just a little bit.
Well, healthy fear.
You need to have a little bit of like, oh, he's about to rip me a new one. That ain't the case.
Well,
and when Matt LaFleur does get after guys, it feels so disingenuous with who he portrays himself.
Yeah, it feels manufactured. And I think we've talked to Brian Balaga, who played under Matt LaFleur for a couple seasons, and I think he's characterized as kind of a player's coach, right? And you can do that to a certain extent, but you start to lose that real veil of leadership and that real fear that we're talking about. And I will say this. I mean, I remember this Packers defense from 2022, 2023. The change from 2024 now to 2025. I mean,
who's leading that defense?
Hafley is that guy that you have a little healthy fear. He brings the pain, and they don't do those stupid penalties anymore. They don't have the most talent of any defense.
That's very true.
Yeah, Micah Parsons is nice. Those linebackers are nice.
They fly around.
But they play hard. They fly around, and they are disciplined, and they generally speaking are where they're supposed to be. So I've never seen such a tale of two stories on offense and defense than what's playing out this year. It's remarkable.
I see your text. I see your calls. Chris is working on answering them all. 800-990-3776. Carbless talking text line. At this point, you fire him now? Do you wait till the end of the season? If you're Ed Policy, would you get rid of him or extend him? If you had to choose right now, you're Ed Policy. And I know this is reactionary, but that's kind of what you do after you lose with the horrific offensive performance for the guy who's supposed to be known as this offensive guru. If you were Ed Policy.
Hell no!
All right.
7 points, 13 points, 13 points. Come on, this ain't no offensive guru. This is a joke. I'm serious when I say this. I'm dead serious. All three of us could have called the plays yesterday, and the Packers still would have scored 0 to 7 points. That's pathetic.
You could have said 7.
Brad could probably give him 7.
More next, guys.
Actually, there's
a lot of shows.
I ain't doing what you want to do, Kyle.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and check out the iPad.
Man.
Next.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com. That's OAWSpineCenter.com.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination, the Tundra Trio. 3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make money betting on sports? Are you ready to make a winning decision? Are you going to gamble for fun, or are you going to gamble for money? This year, make that decision that will build your bankroll all year long. Go to FatJackSports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on the games. That's FatJackSports.com. It's a personal portal. It comes to your email. It's hassle-free. It'll make you money. FatJackSports.com.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
As a runner, it don't never feel good. Whenever they know what we're doing, it don't never feel good because it changed my mind on how I'm going to run the ball. If we just being honest, it makes me kind of like guess what I'm going to do. Obviously, you know, people are smart. If we got cold words or whatever, you hear it a few times, like you gonna eventually react to it. You know, I mean that's football, but yeah, I mean it's never a good feeling. I mean they called it out. We called our play. They said inside zone, it's coming right here. So I kind of like didn't want to run right there, you know. But yeah, that's just how I played out.
That was Josh Jacobs' post game after the 4th and 1 inside zone. It's an inside zone.
There were 4 guys in the backfield. By the time he had the balls for 2 steps.
Yeah, because
what's he supposed to do?
They trust and believe. They know. They read, reacted.
He and Jordan Love were. Well, Jordan Love, I would say the majority of the game was put in a bad situation by his head coach.
Sure
Josh
was.
Jacobs was put in a tremendously worse situation than anyone could ever imagine. And you don't get a coach with 2 timeouts on the sideline with the biggest play of the game calling a timeout, just letting him out there for dead. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. This is more. John, we will get to the kicker conversation. That's why we have a specialist here. But first, let's go to Cody in Kentucky. Cody in Kentucky, what needs to change?
Well, there's a few things that need to change, and I got one solution for all of it. Our biggest problems right now, I think we all can agree, is inaptitude by LaFleur and our offensive line, okay?
Yes,
and
I agree.
The reason that it's like this right now, and the reason that I think policy has not extended them, is because Mark Murphy, before he left, he made the biggest mistake in not having LaFleur have to answer to Goody at all. So Goody can't come in and say, hey, you're doing too much, you're micromanaging. He's on the sideline looking at plays while the team's playing. Goody put the offensive line together. I don't think any of us were thrilled at the beginning of the season for it. So I think policy's waiting, and he's maybe not going to sign them, or maybe fire one and not the other, and restructure these contracts. So whoever comes in as the coach, whoever comes in as the GM, can have to answer in a chain of command. Because if I was Goody right now, if my contract was worded different, I'd go to LaFleur and be like, dude, you're doing too much. You've got to have people help you. I think you're overextending yourself, and it's costing us on the field.
Cody, thank you for the call.
That's head policy's job.
Yeah.
He can change it if he wants. We talked about this a lot. It's a strange structure, right? The fact that
Damn
GM
structures.
Head coach are in different silos, and head coach doesn't answer to GM. That's basically not the case for the entire rest of the NFL. And it'd be very hard to work together when you're like that.
I mean, it's just I'm so mad listening to Josh Jacobs because I feel bad for the situation he's in. He was what would yesterday look like without Josh Jacobs? He's getting hit in the backfield, bopping off of guys just to get extra yards. I mean, he was grinding and found his way in the end zone without Josh Jacobs.
Hard nose.
Yeah,
just like with the Eagles essentially knowing, and not that last play in my mind encapsulated like the Packers weren't deceiving anybody. And you know what the Eagles did? They watched the Packers' last couple games and said, if you put two safeties high, they're just going to check to a run every time. The Packers ran the ball 75% of the time on second down. There is no creativity.
Insane.
It is predictable. It is vanilla. It is just no wonder why when they can to their second play, the defense is like, oh, we got our too high safety. We might as well start sneaking on in. They're going to run the damn football.
It is crazy, and you're so right that 4th and 1 encapsulates so many issues with the team. Predictability, vanilla. Josh Jacobs, he sounds like a wounded puppy. He knows more than we do.
Oh no, I got to run into the guys that already know where I'm at.
He knows more than we do that this offensive line stinks. They've been bad all year, so he knows every time he gets the rock, he's bracing to get hit.
Yeah,
bracing for it.
And you can hear in his voice a level of frustration where he doesn't want to blame anybody, but you can hear, well, I heard the guy say that, and so in his head he said, okay, they're gonna take that away. So I
got to try something else.
He was immediately game planning. This is what he was game planning. He said, okay, if I see that and I can't go that way, I'm gonna go this way. And then he fumbled, but he was trying to throw it back to Jordan Love. He was trying to be backyard football simply because he understood going into it. He had a defeatist mindset because he understood that his coach put him in a poor position to succeed. And as soon as he got that football, exactly what he thought was going to happen.
They were in a hurry, and I think Love made that play call.
But
it's very obvious to the head coach what is going on in that situation.
The call came in, from what I read, it sounds like to me that the call came in to Jordan Love, and Jordan Love made that call, and they had no other play they can check out of. They had no audible out of it. This is where a timeout is needed. This is where it falls on Jordan Love, where Jordan Love, I said Jordan, you have to just take over. Like at a certain point, you have to say, I get it now. I get it why quarterbacks who are really the great ones, they audible out of things. The great ones frustrate their offensive coordinator sometimes because they do their own thing. Like he needs to get to that point where he can look and he can say, they just said to play timeout, or say, you know what, let's check in the He needs to have more control of the offense. He is never going to reach his level of greatness if he continues to be held back by himself and by his head football coach here in Matt LaFleur. So Jordan Love is never going to be great without ever just taking the bull by the horns and saying, this is my offense.
Well, and you said a couple of times you think Matt LaFleur is holding Jordan Love back. And I was like, well, I don't know. But this game completely exemplifies that because yes, Jordan Love wears some of this blame. He had some dumb plays throughout the whole game that we're going to get to later. But on this one specifically, he heard the other linebackers say they're running a zone this direction. You have to call a timeout, and you go back to Matt LaFleur and say, yeah, we cannot run this play, even if it causes a little bit of an issue. But Matt LaFleur is not doing what so many other play callers on the NFL do. How many times at like a 4th and short, outside of Philly, because they'll just tush push, where you're like, oh, that's a pretty brilliant little play. Like this guy obviously escapes and he's wide open right there for an easy pass. That never seems to be the case for the Green Bay Packers.
Everything's so damn hard for this offense. It's insufferable. I mean, Brad, you're right. You could even the Eagles didn't. It was a 3rd or a 4th and short. I think it was a 3rd and short because they weren't 3rd and 2. Fake handoff. And Barkley was like, like a fullback, but they send somebody out. Like, there's just
a nice little hole,
a little bit of deception. Instead of lining guys out wide, you're in shotgun saying, go get him, Josh. They know it's coming. Best of luck, buddy. I mean, the lack of creativity from the play calling guru that you brought in to be the offensive mind, it is regressed to a point where it is unwatchable. Unwatchable to the point it's so predictable in the NFL. This is the Packers are tipping their pitches like as if this was baseball.
Yeah, it's starting
to a worse level than that because they like legitimately in baseball you can know a fastball's coming. It's still maybe hard as hell to hit.
Yeah.
But if you know that they're just gonna run the damn ball out of shotgun on 4th and 1, you saw how fast they all jumped the line. It's a little bit easier. Let's go to Z and the D on the Carbless Talking text line. You're up.
Happy Tuesday. Yeah, where do we go from here? All right, let's get on Matt LaFleur here. 42 seconds left in the second quarter, takes a timeout. No meeting between him and Jordan Love. 31 seconds in the second quarter, no meeting between him and Jordan Love. Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning, no meeting. They do not talk to each other. Matt LaFleur just talks in the headset. Jordan Love doesn't come to the sideline. What are we doing here? You need to be talking to your quarterback, see what your quarterback is seeing, see what he wants to do. And also, I think we had 11 or 12 possessions, and first down runs was 10 out of 11. 11 out of 12, we had one play action pass on first down that actually went for a first down. Yeah, we're too predictable. I think it's time. I think it's time for Matt LaFleur to go after this season, my friends.
Thank you, Z and the D. I did find I chuckled out loud. I think it was 3rd and long on their own side of the field late in the game, like maybe the second or last drive. I think it was the second to last drive. They ran play action. I was like, you're just wasting.
Aikman even said that.
And they said it on air, but as it happened live, I was like, what?
Yeah. It was a little subtle type thing, but
I don't give a
But it was long developing, and they were
long developing again.
and he's getting pressure. So instead of taking a half a second for that, just get the ball.
That's exactly
and get the ball
what I'm
out.
thinking. I'm like, why are you wasting any time? He's been running for his life, going backwards, and like, hey, this will get him.
Yeah. This offense has just become stale and stagnant. Over the past 4 games, they've had 18 possessions in the first half, and they've only found the end zone.
It's just so sad to be sitting here and like good. Z and the D. Carbless Talking text line, YouTube at ESP Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, my brain, your brain, Chris's brain, anybody with a brain that is listening could pick out 18 things off the top of their head that frustrated them, and it's getting to a point where even like the small things are adding up. Like this, nobody expected to be like, man, did you guys go into? I can't believe week 9 all these illegal formations are killing us. That's outrageous. That is outrageous.
Yeah, you got to be cleaned up. And again, this falls on Matt LaFleur. Today's the day for everybody to question Matt LaFleur, but also Matt LaFleur needs to question himself until he can look in the mirror and figure out, hey, what do I need to do to get better? Because at this point now, this offense has not been good. Right? Like it just has not been. And it has been extended a period of games where it has not been good. So now Matt LaFleur needs to come together with his offensive side of football. And I don't know. Where last year they brought in Robert Saleh to come help him. Maybe he got to call up somebody, a good friend that's on the
No more calling
now.
friends.
No, it's something to help him self-scout because this is, as Brad said, inexcusable. But this cannot continue to go on because this game against the Giants, everybody's talking about what must win or whatever. No. This game against the Giants is a must-win game. This game, you're going to find out the character.
No, we're not throwing names out for the game already.
I am so serious. How you respond to
no, it's a must-win against the Giants. And then if they win that, it's a must-win against Detroit. Stop.
No. If you struggle against the New York Giants, if you can't...
Why would you assume that they wouldn't potentially struggle? Because that's my main question of why you continue to do this to yourself.
A team coming off of firing their coach usually comes out with a little bit of pep.
Don't matter. A team coming off of 2 losses that had championship aspirations at the beginning of the year, this is should be a wake-up call to say, you know what, we got to get some frustration out. You know, we all been a little frustrated before. And how you get that frustration out? You let it out. Let that testosterone come out on Sunday against the New York Giants.
They can't execute simple things. They make mistakes. Why are you acting as if...
telling. We'll find out whether or not this team is for real or not.
We know that they're fraudulent. They can't can't play complementary football. If it's the defense that's great, Matt LaFleur's offense is so predictable that somebody playing Madden could be a defensive coordinator against him and stop it. 800-990-3776. For someone who claims to get mad and it ruins your day, at 2:34, you're already like finding reasons to figure out how this team gets out of it instead of embracing the fact that they have shown you everything outside of you pointing to week 1 and week 2, who this team really is. They are self-inflicting every time that they have the football. They can't get out of their own way. So trusting this team at any point should not be something you even think about until they show you. But I respect it.
You're talking to a fanatic here.
I respect it.
You're talking to a fanatic.
I respect it.
I'm down and I'm beaten, but I ain't broken now. That's
Not yet.
I'm going to be upset. Today's the day to
Where's
rage.
your breaking point?
Today and tomorrow's the day. Well, they lose to the Giants.
That would be...
No.
You might actually
the Russell Wilson game.
Yeah.
Let Russ cook.
No, you're serious. If they lose to the Giants, he could be fired, and it could break me. I'm dead. That could be the game that breaks me because
Your
I will lose all
calls,
hope.
your texts. We got a long way to go. A lot more to get to. Whatever you got, hit us on the Cardinals Talking text line next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
I can't believe she delegated the week.
I can't believe Brad just called my woman a cat.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Welcome to Jackpot Land. This fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month. And earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. At 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, it's a superior, smooth taste worth playing for. Grab a Michelob Ultra, superior light beer as you cheer your team on. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks. Enjoy a Michelob Ultra at Dugout 54 in Milwaukee, Maxwell's in Cedarburg, Stenney's Lake Country, and Brat Stop in Kenosha. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family-owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out The Best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Packers drop 10-7 on Monday Night Football. Joshua texting in after calling on the Carvis Talking text line. The Eagles handed this on a silver platter, and I need to vent again. And I'm going through this, and I was thinking to myself, I tend to agree. Like, the way the game and the defense played, the Packers had a chance to win the game. But I will say, this was the first time I'd actually watched it, and just, like, no matter what happened, I lost belief that they could pull it off based off all the way that the illegal formations, the Jordan Love fumble at the half. Like, they made so many mistakes that eventually you can't continue to sneak your way out of things like that. Now, they could have, but it almost felt, I don't want to say right, because they could have won, but almost just in a way, by the way that they played, they didn't deserve the win. Not that the Eagles played great, but the Packers shot themselves in the foot even worse.
Yeah, I mean, the way that the Packers played was just, it was deserving of a loss. And the way I think about it, and the thing that's been revealed to me now that we're through 9 games, when I look at Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love, here's the problem. Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love cannot elevate the talent around them. That's a problem for a head coach and for a $55 million a year franchise quarterback. That is part of the job requirements. We talked about maybe even like a coaching report card. Well, if you're going to put on a coaching report card and a quarterback's report card, you must elevate the talent around you. And because whether it be Favre or Rodgers throughout their time, or even guys in the NFL now like Sean McVay and Shanahan, Andy Reid, or any other top quarterback in the NFL, I mean, Josh Allen won an MVP last year with a bunch of no-name wide receivers and tight ends around him. Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur, they are successful when things around them are going well, right? When you got the franchise quarterback and the Hall of Fame quarterback and Aaron Rodgers, you got Devontae Adams, you got a good old line. Jordan Love, things are clicking, things are in rhythm. You got a strong run game. When things are happening, they look pretty good. The offense is flowing, they're in rhythm. But when guys go down, when Tucker Kraft goes down, when your offensive line is shuffling over a little bit, when the running game is stagnant, what can you do? When there's all of a sudden guys in the backfield like Bo Melton who are now playing offense and defense, are you able to, as Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur, elevate the talent around you?
What do you say to those that say without an offensive line, it doesn't matter what Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love can do?
You can do quick passes. I mean, look, that's a huge problem, right? Offensive line, top 3 most important unit on a team. Easily.
Yeah.
Well, the sad part is the investment that they've made into this offensive line.
Yes, Stidham have to be fired.
But if you're
that's pretty obvious.
But if you have a bad offensive line, which the Green Bay Packers do, then you can't just throw up your arms and just say, okay, well, we're still going to run the ball as many times as we can and running into a wall time after time after time. We're still going to have long developing pass plays for Jordan Love to get guys in his face. You make adjustments. You make changes. You do things that are unexpected. You use play action more. I feel like even though the Packers run the ball, how many times is Jordan Love back there under center and then doing play action? I feel like play action is a second thought, and it's in the most random time. So with Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love, if things aren't going right around them, they are not the type of people that can elevate the talent around them, which is a problem, and it's going to make it very, very hard unless the roster around them is so good and they're so in rhythm. It's going to keep them from being able to ascend further than just being this wild card team that gets bounced in the first or second round every year.
Yeah, the worst thing that happened to Matt LaFleur was having Aaron Rodgers. Why? It's because Aaron Rodgers was the guy that elevated everybody around him. He would mask any type of mistakes or anything, any flaw in a play call for Matt LaFleur, he would be able to match that with his overall talent. Jordan
And the
Love,
high standards. That's what I miss seeing is the high standards that everyone had in Green Bay.
Remember when we talked about we needed Jordan Love to be a little bit more fiery or yell at
feisty?
people? We needed that. Again, everybody's leadership is different, but having that level of command and expectation and standards is important for everybody to know up and down the roster. Yes, Bo Melton understands that was a bad drop, but Jordan Love telling Bo Melton, do that again, I'm going to put Malik Heath in, or we put somebody else in, because we cannot have that in this moment. Like, we need a certain level of extreme accountability that this football team completely lacks, and it's, again, going to be the thing that keeps them away. This is a very talented football roster. The defense is elite. The offense, granted, with the receivers yesterday, Bo Melton, Savion Williams, Malik Heath, even Tay Wicks, even though he played pretty well yesterday.
Okay, he had some drops.
Yeah, he had a big drop. You still don't have the elite level of talent that you need at that wide receiver position, without, especially not having Tucker Kraft, but you still have enough talent to get by. And the Green Bay Packers, there is no reason why they should be scoring 2 touchdowns in 2 games.
800-990-3776. Marcus in West Bend, you're on the Carbless Talk and Text line with KBN.
Marcus.
Hey, guys. Quick few things. So, Kyle, I got to wonder if you backed off your stance there at all about Jordan Love being elite and the best quarterback in the NFC, considering he has had more bad games than elite games.
KBN Nation keeps receipts.
Wait, Marcus, we all come. We're supposed to be trauma bonding with the Green Bay Packers losing, and you trying to call me out for saying Jordan Love is elite. That's what you called in for.
Well, I mean, Caleb Williams has more touchdowns and yards, and that's pretty bad considering he said he's the best quarterback in the NFC.
His quarterback, his coaches.
I think the play calling has to do with the coach not trusting Jordan Love to make the throws, because obviously he's been very bad this season. He's been, I don't know, maybe it is the coaching, but I think elite quarterbacks should be able to overcome bad play calls, and they should be able to change the plays at the line. I also think Gutekunst should not be extended. Micah Parsons isn't working out. We have a worse record than last year.
Marcus,
we have a worse record than last year without Micah.
What?
It was okay when Marcus was coming at me, but then he came in.
Marcus was right. You said he was elite and the best in the NFC, which is easy to argue against. But when you're going to come at the guy who had 7 pressures, the only one who actually looked like he is worth a damn on the screen, then I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, Marcus. I got to stop here.
Was putting in 100%. He was chasing guys down. I love the effort that he even tripped a guy. He even tripped him.
By any means necessary.
Exactly. I ain't mad at it.
But it was weird because he did trip him, but I think the fact that his body and arm reached at the same time, they're like, oh, he was look at that effort.
He's taking a step and he's grabbing.
Somebody's doing something.
He's Michael Parsons. You're going to get away with stuff.
You get away with
some
stuff.
That's true.
You don't have to get away with anything, because this is all true when we tell you about 0 for 72 months. The MVP of Windows is Gina Della from Pella.
Oh, yeah, we might be disappointed with what the green and gold did last night, but you're never going to be disappointed with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and everything Gina Della from Pella and her team provide. 0% for 72 months. That is long-term thinking right there, especially in this economy. Unbelievable. For the 6 years of 0%, you get to enjoy those beautiful, durable, energy-saving and home-improving, home value-increasing doors and windows that Pella provides. But do not wait. You are feeling the chill in the air just like I am. So that means drafts. That means high energy bill. That means now is the time to set your free consultation. Let Pella from Wisconsin be able to take care of all of your window and door needs. Give them a call today. Visit the Experience Center in Brookfield. You will be inspired after you visit them at the Experience Center and see how Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can transform your home and transform your life.
I'm seeing Goody's name pop up a little bit, so I want to get to a couple of these specific to Goody. I see your calls and texts. We will continue reacting to the 10-7 loss. Just inexplicable from Matt LaFleur in that offense. More next on Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I don't value that.
You don't
value much.
You don't.
That's not true.
No, that's true.
That's true.
You guys are coming at me a little too much.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day.
The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
This holiday season, celebrate where Milwaukee comes together. 3rd Street Market Hall. Whether you're planning a private party, a semi-private gathering, or a festive social night out, we've got the space, the flavor, and the fun to make it unforgettable. With incredible local food vendors, craft cocktails, and built-in entertainment like shuffleboard, games, and more, your group will have a holiday party they'll talk about all year long. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for more information on booking your event.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
Now, we all experience daily struggles, and with so many concerns to be conscious of, breathing should not be one of them. Mark Tauscher here for Advent, and if you're like me and have had snoring issues, sinus problems, or difficulty breathing, then you'll want to meet the team at Advent. The team of Advent specialists have a few simple steps to help evaluate your individual limitations and get you back to breathing well. Since Advent addressed my snoring and nasal breathing issues, I feel great. I've never slept better, and my wife Sarah is incredibly appreciative. The team of Advent specialists listened to my struggles, found the best solution for me, and customized it to my needs. Take my word for it and go to adventknows.com to learn more about simple solutions to snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems. And schedule your appointment today, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
It's back Black Friday at Ewald Automotive Group, and it's our biggest event yet. Shop vehicles with up to $10,000 off, or 0% financing, or 0 down. We'll do whatever it takes to move all remaining 2025s. Our biggest savings of the year, lowest interest rates, maximum trade values, and huge selection. Black Friday is back now at every Ewald location.
On select models with approved credit offers cannot be combined. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make money betting on sports? Are you ready to make a winning decision? Are you going to gamble for fun, or are you going to gamble for money? This year, make that decision that will build your bankroll all year long. Go to FatJackSports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on the games. That's FatJackSports.com. It's a personal portal. It comes to your email. It's hassle-free. It'll make you money. FatJackSports.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Want to hear from you after the Packers' 10-7 loss, 800-990-3776 on the Carbless Talk and text line. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Let's go to Dan in Toma. Dan, you are on with KBN.
Woo, Toma, that's a far drive from here. Love to hear that.
We had somebody on in Kentucky.
Hey, thanks a lot. There's no way that this team is going anywhere with LaFleur running it. If he can't win with Aaron Rodgers, two times 13-3, number one seeds, he's got a special team coach that has done absolutely nothing. The team is disarray, and that's part of his leadership. It's time to clean house. Time to clean house. Dave Hobbs, but. Banks, but. Goody goes all in and throws the dice to get Parson. It's a shame you have a defense that only gives up 10 points and you can't win. There's no way around it. He has to go. He will not win with him. Thank you.
Dan, thank you for getting right to the point on a lot of things, and it's fascinating that the Packers are 1-3 in games where they've held teams under 13 points.
It's an insane stat.
That's unbelievable.
It's insane.
Especially with an offense.
Sorry, he reminded me of that one when he talked about wasting a defense. And again, the amount of times since I've been doing this, going back to talking about how great the defense was in 2010 and when they won a Super Bowl, to then it was, well, they need a defense. They need a defense. You got the defense, and then the offensive guru has everything just falling apart. Ben in Port Washington, you're on the Carbless Talking text line with Kyle Bruston-Nortman, 800-990-3776.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Oh, I mean,
not great.
Yeah, I hear you. So I'm going to be blunt about this. I mean, you guys made a very good point. You know, somebody who does Madden could actually go against this offense. The problem is, so a few things about LaFleur, and then I got to touch on Gutekunst. LaFleur, you're getting all these pre-snap penalties. That falls on you and how you practice for the week. So that dude needs to pull his head out of his keister and understand that we have high expectations here in Wisconsin for our football team. Number two, you got Brian Gutekunst. How many times are we going to talk about failed drafts, over expenditures in free agency, especially on positions that were not needed? You have an all-pro left guard in Elgin Jenkins, and you replaced him with Banks. You signed Nate Hobbs to a $45 million deal when you probably could have drafted something better. You bypassed a guy like Cooper DeJean and drafted Jordan Morgan, who can't touch the field. You get a running back in the third round who hasn't touched the field except for one damn time, and when he does, he gets hurt. You got, and instead, I'm sorry, I had Jalix Hunt being drafted by the Packers, and what did we do? We crapped the bet on that one. And let's not even talk about Lucas Van Ness and how inept he has been at the 13th pick with this Green Bay Packers organization. You know, and I'm not done. I'm sorry. I'm going to go a little further, okay? This Matt LaFleur thing started in Aaron Rodgers last year when he went 8-9, okay? Oh, great. Guess what? We won 9 games the next year with Jordan Love. Let's be Brian Gutekunst and jump all over re-signing Jordan Love to a $60 million deal, which, by the way, doesn't make any damn sense, because when I'm sitting there and I watch the damn game and I say, all right, this is the point. Either Love's going to be great or he's really going to crap the bed. And you know what? It's every game. Every game that guy makes the same constant mistakes. Yesterday, eat the sack. Don't try to make something special out of it. And what does he do? He doesn't eat the sack. He fumbles the damn ball. The defense recovers and screws us. That takes away our momentum. This team is lost. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll talk about a guy earlier who said, why did we draft Josh Myers? We could have drafted Quinn Miners or Creed Humphreys, sure. But Quinn Miners would have solidified one of your guard positions.
Well,
and we didn't do that. It's like the general manager doesn't know how to put talent
we can't re-legislate too many draft picks.
Yes, you can. Everybody was talking about they wanted Coop. Everybody said we want Coop. And then
when we got into Josh Myers, I thought we got a little far away with Josh Myers, is all I was kidding.
It makes the point. And at the end of the day, I mean, yes, we're focused on Matt LaFleur as we should be, because it's on them to coach the unit that they have.
I thought Ben brought a lot of really good provocative thoughts. I just thought when we got to Josh Myers versus others, we might have gone a little too far.
I'll say this, is that when they moved Elgin Jenkins to center and signed Aaron Banks, I thought maybe. I believed in this organization, because for what Jason Wilde said, Matt LaFleur was 100% on board with moving him to center, because they all believe that he can be an all-pro center. It has not worked.
He cooked with that point.
Yeah.
He cooked with that point.
Aaron Banks has not been good. I'm getting to the point now.
Hurt or not good.
Or pre-snap penalty.
I know you were mad at that one.
Right. So I'm just saying.
He's not the only one in an illegal formation or in a false start.
He's not, but like when you sign somebody to that big of a contract, you expect them to become a leader and the heart and soul of the defense. I mean, especially when you have the history of the last year before this, Xavier McKinney and Josh Jacobs transformed your offense based off the toughness that he had and transformed your defense into a playmaker and able to force defense. The Packers don't let explosive plays. What we saw with Devontae Smith yesterday is a rarity with Xavier McKinney back there because he has been that dang good. And now this year, how good they were last year is how like the opposite of how bad Aaron Banks has been, and Nate Hobbs couldn't get on the field after he got benched and then he got hurt. It's been
Horrible
a disaster.
misses.
It's a disaster.
Adam and Madison, tough to follow that one. You're up on the Carbos Talking text line.
Hey, I'll try. So I'm not going to get too much into the game. We all saw that dumpster fire.
Sure
did. But the problem I have is we have the talent to be a top team, but I mean, you see LaFleur on the sidelines. He looks like a deer in the headlights. And as the game progresses, Jordan Love's more and more nervous in the pocket. What really bothers me is we do have a top 5 defense finally. Hafley's already coming up for head coaching spots, so we might lose him. I say we make Hafley head coach, bring in someone like Daboll to run the offense. Josh Allen became Josh Allen under Brian Daboll. If anyone can unlock Jordan Love, that's who it is.
Adam, appreciate the call. Those type of changes don't happen mid-season.
Bring in Daboll. Bring in Daboll. Bring in Daboll.
I mean,
I was against Jeff Hafley becoming a head coach, but I will say this. It is not just the fact that, this defense. No, Jeff Hafley,
he's been a head coach.
Well, in college football. But he's transformed this defense, and I am a little bit concerned.
Let me ask you a quick question. When you look at, even in the small camera that you get to see of Jeff Hafley's face, you see him in the booth. You look at his face, and you see Matt LaFleur scurrying around 8 iPads. Who do you have a little more confidence?
It's not
apples to apples.
It's not a fair comparison because there's a whole different.
Go ahead, protect Matt LaFleur.
No, I'm not
because he's done a great job in his head coaching role recently, right?
But my point is this: surprisingly, going into this season, I would not have thought 10 weeks into the year that I would be more likely wanting to keep Jeff Hafley as the defensive coordinator. If I had to choose between two, keeping Jeff Hafley as making him the head coach over Matt LaFleur as the offensive coordinator, I would have never thought that would have been a conversation I would have had. But now as I evaluate this team, he's been able to do something special with this defense, even cooking up pressure at the end of that game yesterday to make sure Jalen Hurts got the ball out of his hand quickly. That is something good that he's doing. We got something special with him. I would rather keep him than keep Matt LaFleur. I'm choosing Jeff Hafley. So if it's bringing a great offensive coordinator, then fine. I'd rather do that because this defense is cooking. You just need somebody who can run the offense now.
We need that culture on the offensive side of the ball.
Marcus chimes in. Yeah. You guys, Marcus in West Bend, I believe.
Oh, he just called.
On the Carbos Talking text lines. Wow, you guys let him cook but hung up on me before I could finish. I don't know if you are cooking.
The Parsons comment's tough. I mean, he's the best player on the field for every single game.
The Parsons thing didn't work out. I was like, I can't do this.
Marcus, I would say to you, watch every single defensive snap that Michael Parsons had, and I promise you, you would not say he's a waste. You would not say he didn't do it. Like Michael Parsons was creating pressure yesterday. Michael Parsons was coming from different positions. It was great.
Without Parsons, this team's below 500.
So this goes into the Goody, LaFleur, Love, wide receivers, all of it. Is this coaching issue or is it a talent issue? Because I can't keep up. I can't. Let's poll this, Chris. This will help parse some of my thoughts. Are the Packers having a coaching issue or a talent issue currently on this 2025 team? I believe everyone will say coaching. Let me rephrase that because I feel like it all comes down to Jordan Love. Is this a Matt LaFleur issue or a Jordan Love issue? Is it like it all ties together, unfortunately, on those two working together? So hold that, Chris. I'm going to work on it. But we'll be back in 2 minutes because there's too many people that are saying Aaron Rodgers has masked all this for LaFleur. Jordan Love isn't ready for the moment, and as our caller mentioned, he keeps making the same mistakes. Can you trust him coming into half, turning it over? So we're going to find a way to quantify that for you. I'm going to get some water. Make sure Kyle gets some water. You seem a little parched.
My lips getting ashy.
If you want to have your voice heard, it's still there on the Carbos Talking text line, 800-990-3776. We're back with all of you in 2 short minutes.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey,
is Kyle Wallace right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and 36 months of 0% financing plus a bonus $1,000 off. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Love, Jacobs, McKinney, Golden, and now Micah Parsons? This year's gonna be fun. Now's the time to set a game plan for your Green Bay and Wisconsin pigskin parties. This is Marie from Discount Liquor. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Whether you need an ice cold keg, a bottle of your favorite wine, a unique craft brew, or hard to find liquor, we have everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
Wherever you're tailgating, we'll get you all set up with your favorite beverages. We're open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2. See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Crispy chicken just keeps getting better at Cousin Subs. Try our crispy chicken basket, complete with 3 white meat tenders and a regular fry, a meal made easy. And for the little ones, our kids meal comes with 2 crispy tenders, applesauce, a juice box, and cookie. Just the right size for growing appetites. Made with quality chicken and ready to enjoy in-store, online, or on the app. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only around for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Northman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Kyle Brust and Nortman with you till 5 o'clock, 800-990-3776. All right, here's how we'll simplify it for everyone. Is this all on the coaching of Matt LaFleur, or is it more of a talent issue / Goody? Because there is a little bit of both, where when you think about what you were just complaining about, Kyle, is the Packers did lose 10-7 on Monday Night Football. I have to update. It's part of my job.
I'm just saying,
don't get mad at me.
We really just lost 10-7.
Yes, I know.
We really went scoreless in the first half.
It feels very odd to say out loud as well. Like,
7 points is the most you can muster up in 4 quarters as a professional NFL team that has championship aspirations at home.
So when I think about this, when I was mentioning the talent portion, right, the Goody portion, it's no mistake that Nate Hobbs is somebody who was benched for Carrington Valentine, who you invested at least 2 years in from a guaranteed standpoint. Aaron Banks was a big money signing at the left guard position when you did have
highest paid guard based off this
off the free agency pool. And I know Ellen Jenkins is hurt, but this is a little revisionist history. But it's part of how you got to this point where the offensive line was. It was good. It wasn't great. We saw it be exposed in the playoffs against the Eagles, but their defensive line was better than it was even yesterday, and they were good. Last year, they were phenomenal. They had to trade away and cut, and guys went free agency after they won the Super Bowl. So is it going to be all LaFleur, or does anybody go, hey, Goody hasn't given LaFleur enough talent? I think I know where this goes, but I've seen both. 800-990-3776.
Well, to me, Matt LaFleur and the coaching wears most of the blame, but we can't let Goody off the hook completely. Now, after the Parsons trade, I basically aired a public apology for any criticism for Brian Gutekunst, because that was such a seismic shift in this team, and it was a declaration that this team is Super Bowl ready, and let's go ahead and get it. So he gets credit for Micah, he gets credit for Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs and McKinney, and Edgerrin Cooper is a good draft pick. But if you look at the truly elite teams, which what the Green Bay Packers want to be, you look at the Lions, you look at the 49ers even, the Eagles, the Chiefs, They're drafting high-quality talent, high-producing players in the first, second, third, and fourth round. Now, where in Goody's history has he done that to where you can look at his first, second, and third, and fourth rounds and say, okay, like these guys are contributors. These are all Pro Bowlers. These are guys that are making an impact this year. There's not one player from the 2025 draft class that's making any sort of impact on this team whatsoever. And this is supposed to be a year that's supposed to be Super Bowl type aspirations. Now, you could argue Matthew Golden should be, and that's a Matt LaFleur problem, but he should be so good and such put in a position where it's like, this guy's got to get the ball. Anthony Belton, Savion Williams. I mean, even the year before, Edgerrin Cooper is great, but Jordan Morgan, there's so many guys that I look at, and the biggest issue on this team, if I were to say, like, you know what, if you could fix this unit, it might fix almost everything, is offensive line. And Brian Gutekunst is the one who's architect of the offensive line. You've got Banks that you went ahead and signed. Hobbs, obviously, on the other side. But, okay, let's draft Jordan Morgan. Let's draft Anthony Belton. Let's go get Banks. Let's move Jenkins to center. Zach Tom and obviously Rasheed Walker on the other side. Those are your only two bookends where you say those are a good decision. But generally speaking, most moves that Brian Gutekunst makes for the offensive line, which is kind of the Packers' bread and butter. I mean, we got Brian Bulaga that joins us twice a week. He's a first-round draft pick. And we got Tauscher coming up. He's a seventh-round draft pick. It didn't matter where you found him. You could recreate this offensive line success with the Green Bay Packers, and he's not doing that. So to me, Matt LaFleur and coaching is the main problem. Brian Gutekunst has done some good things, but he hasn't done enough to make this team truly a Super Bowl contender.
Coaching or talent? Is it on Goody for what he's given LaFleur, or just LaFleur from what we've seen on the field? 800-990-3776. A lot of good ones here. Where do we want to go? Derek in Lake Geneva sounds like a fun one. Let's go to Derek in Lake Geneva.
Hey, guys. No, you don't have to hit the button. I'm going to behave.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm the dude that called LaFleur a sissy weeks back. And, Kyle, you were taken aback. But at that call, again, you've already heard it, you did call our quarterback elite. I got to bust you a little bit for that because you're kind of like an independent candidate. You're trying to pull from both sides, but you don't get a consensus opinion.
That's really good.
Don't be the Bernie Sanders of the sports radio.
Oh, you got me with that.
So I like your
buddy. Right on my ass.
You know what? Eric, just end there because it was so good.
That was really good.
You're an A+ today.
That's so good.
That's what you are. And just in case you say something else crazy, I'm just kidding. We're gonna work in some trust together, Derek. Let's do that. Let's go out to Frank in Madison. Thank you for holding, Frank. 800-990-3776. Ben Brust, independent candidate Kyle Wallace, and Super Bowl runner-up Brad Nortman with you, Frank.
Hey, happy to wait. So I think this is 90+% coaching. I've always viewed the draft as a bit of a crapshoot. But one of my favorite coaches in the past, because I'm old, was Bill Parcells. And he used to say his job was to change people's behavior. And they have some behavior problems on offense. They're just not getting it done. And I don't think Matt LaFleur is up to the task. Either he's got to go or he's got to change his behavior to get those guys to maximize the results from the talent they've got. I don't think it's a talent problem.
Yeah,
they screw up.
And Frank, I like what you said there, because it's a conversation we've continued to have of like, can he change at this point, right? Like, this is his seventh year coaching this team, and it's hard to pull the old switcheroo. Here's who I'm going to be now. Anyone who's been a part of this team will see through that, and I appreciate the call.
Yeah, they say with parenting, you can be a disciplinarian and then go a little bit soft, but you can't be soft and then try to be a disciplinarian. Mm-hmm. That's what Matt LaFleur
and you
is
know
like.
That as the soft one of your family.
Yeah, of course. I mean, hey, guys, stop that over there.
Dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but Mr. Tough Guy.
That's what it feels like Matt LaFleur is trying to do. He inherited a veteran-laden team with Aaron Rodgers and David Bakhtiari and Devontae Adams and a bunch of studs on offense, and you can just roll with it.
Let's go to Tracy in KC, Kansas City, I'm guessing. Tracy, you're up on the Carbless Talking text line.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Of course.
This is definitely on Matt LaFleur, though. He's over his head, I think.
Why do you say that?
Last night he was so scatterbrained, and it's like he doesn't know how to get the guys on one level. He don't know how to make a cohesive unit. It seems like
powerful.
Tracy, you got me wanting to talk country too, because you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You absolutely right. That's what we've been saying. It just has not been a cohesiveness of this offense, which has led to them being inconsistent, whether it's the offensive line or it's the wide receiver. Since Jordan Love has taken over at quarterback, we have been able to nitpick at something not being right. At what point is this team going to become one? At what point is this team going to become a unit? It falls on one person's shoulder. We can complain about what the general manager gave him or what he didn't give him. But what I know is he has weapons on offense. He has talents on offense, but they're not playing as a unit. They're not playing as a team. And that falls on the shoulders of Matt LaFleur. I'm sick of complaining about the offensive line. I'm sick of complaining about the wide receivers. I'm sick of complaining about the quarterback inconsistency. I'm sick of all these complaints. At a certain point, I want this team to move together in one direction. Unfortunately, we're just so dang disjointed, man. Get it together, Matt.
It's interesting. You brought up 3 places where historically, I think where I can find a root of frustration for Kyle Wallace and Packer fans is obviously when you mention inconsistent QB play. It's something where you have 2 Hall of Famers. So that's going to be something that is easy to spot out, and it's going to drive you a little crazy at times. Part of that you can put on Matt LaFleur. But the offensive line is a spot where traditionally the Green Bay Packers have had a good to great offensive line for
We've always had
depth, and it doesn't matter where they've been drafted. It's kind of become part of
development.
It's become part of the franchise, and to see the investment that you've made and all the shifting that you've done, and then investing in Jordan Morgan in the spot that you did, and him not being who drafted him as a left tackle is now guard.
And he's not playing guard well.
That's the thing. And you draft Elton Jenkins, and he moves to different spots, and he does it well. And then you're like, because he's done that, and we're trying to make sure that we don't have to pay too many guys, he's going to be a center, and then we're going to pay the guard to replace him a lot more, who's not as good as him. And then you go to the wide receivers. Since Devontae Adams has left, Jaden Reed's been good, but he's been hurt. It's all been flashes.
Yeah.
And what sucks from a timing standpoint is Tucker Kraft really became the number 1 pass catcher. He's the heart and soul of who this Packer team is from a culture, blocking, receiving, yards after catch, running guys over. And now you're missing that void of true physicality that he kind of embodies more than even Matt LaFleur shows. He's just a football guy who loves it. And you lost that one guy that now, as everyone says on the chats, on the text line, Carbos Talking text line, the team's lost. That's where it's at. And who's going to patch it all together? It's got to be Matt LaFleur, but goes back to what Sherry said. Do you believe that the guy who's been here for 7 years, who we know all about at this point, can patch it together? We'll continue to figure that out with all of you. If you're on the line, stay there. 800-990-3776, the Carbos Talking text line. It was only a 2-minute break, so I got to go get water now.
Southbound on 41, backing up from the county line all the way to Good Hope Road. Then more delays right before Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. On the northbound side, we've got an accident. Luckily, it's behind the barrels, but unfortunately, it is off on the left and causing a little bit of a bottleneck right into one of the construction zones there. So delays coming in from just before Mayfair Road. Westbound 94, we've got delays from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing down from 84th to Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive. For a fun family activity, visit or volunteer Saturday, December 13th. For more information, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 26. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, and mild, a high of 50. Weather is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, offering a perfect holiday gift, a memorable experience with the Bartolotta gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com, and happy holidays, Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lozga on 94.5 ESPN.
Homer here. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching the game from your backyard, every fan knows great moments deserve great vibes. Swing into Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan. Just across the Wisconsin border, they offer a full line of high-quality, clean-green, certified CBD products designed to help you relax, recover, and recharge no matter the season. Higher Love is organically grown, locally owned, and proudly one of the best in the Midwest. Visit them in Menominee or explore the full CBD lineup at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination, the Tundra Trio. 3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm not going to sit here and panic about it.
Green and Gold Hall of Famer.
It's not apples to apples. For you, it is.
Solving the world's problems one day at a time.
Everybody doesn't grow and evolve at the same time.
It's Mark Tauscher.
Did you guys hang up on me, or am I hanging up on you?
On Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
Joining us on Kyle Bruston-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin is Old T, Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer. Late night for T on the Green Bay Game Night post-game show. What's going on, Tausch?
What is good, boys? How are the fans and the callers today on your end?
Passionate.
Very passionate.
Yep.
You know, it's funny, Tausch, because obviously the majority of the focus is on Matt LaFleur, and that I understand, and obviously, like, there's reason to do that. There have been some that have gone to Goody and, like, obviously brought in Micah Parsons. I just want to ask you this and not make it about LaFleur and Goody. Do you believe – I'll make it about LaFleur here. Do you believe that Goody has provided LaFleur enough talent to be putting on a better show than they did – last week and obviously the week prior?
Yes. I'm sure you're shocked to hear that, but I have to admit, and
I'm not that shocked because I believe it too. That's what's frustrating.
This is why I love taking calls and, you know, doing the post-game show. We take a bunch of calls, and then this morning, you know, took calls basically for the 3 hours because, you know, sometimes you do this show, you know, 10, 15 hours a week, whatever it is, And you can kind of become ingrained in your thoughts, and you think that you don't look outside and you don't take a look at the big picture. And because, Goody has, went and spent on the O-line, and he's, went and got Matthew Golden and obviously pulled, the heist off to get Micah, you kind of look at it. And I had a caller today that, was very passive aggressive, but made me think. He made me think because he basically was saying, Jason, but he was saying, Tausch, you need to look at this from a different perspective. Why is Bo Melton catching critical third and fourth down balls last night? Well, there's injuries, yes. Why are we unable to protect the quarterback and run the football as effective as we'd like? Well, has the Aaron Banks experiment worked so far? I would say it's been disappointing. Has our first-round pick been everything that we wanted from last year? I would say probably not. And the Elton Jenkins move, which I lauded, and I thought, okay, we're going to be in a really good spot. Well, there's been injuries. There's been some inconsistency. So I do have to look at it. Now, injuries, everybody has to deal with them. And Tucker Kraft has been a death blow. Like that obviously last night we saw that. They haven't figured out how they're going to replace his production until Jaden Reed gets back. I think it might be a struggle. So I have to at least entertain the idea that maybe this roster isn't as great as maybe I let on throughout the entire offseason.
Yeah, I think all the things that you hit on are essentially what throughout the first hour and a half, how each person has brought something different, and all of those things have come to the conversation. Now, my question to you would be, I'm also seeing, well, they're lost, right? In like a lot of leadership conversation. And so my question to you about leadership would be, at this point in the season, when you're losing Tucker Kraft, which I believe is a big blow on the field from a blocking and catching standpoint, but and as a culture guy, I mean, he was outspoken about how upset he was how the season ended last year. That's a big void. And when you have a coach for as long as Matt LaFleur's been here, can you change who you are? And I think I know you can't. So should fans have faith that he can turn around what they're seeing?
Oh, we have to see. I do think you can adapt. And, I know the kind of the moniker on Matt LaFleur has been, well, he had Aaron Rodgers, and he didn't really need to be that big out front leader, maybe that a lot of coaches had to do. But I think every coach every season takes a little bit and understands what that roster needs. And I thought in Jordan Love's first couple of seasons as the starter, I thought Matt LaFleur did a pretty good job of providing leadership and doing some things. And now there comes a point that the players, you've been around this, everybody, you guys have all been around locker rooms enough to know the best teams are not led by a coach. They're led by the guys in that locker room, holding guys accountable. And whether Micah Parsons can do that already when he's only been here a couple of months, he needs to be that guy. Jordan Love needs to be that guy. And Tucker Kraft was that guy. Elton Jenkins should be somebody. You don't have to be the most loud vocal guy, but you do need guys that are setting a standard to kind of where you're at. And so I'm not going to be as down on Matt LaFleur. I don't think this is a leadership issue by any stretch. I think last night was I don't know what we're good at, and I don't know how to pull ourselves out of this with what these defenses have been doing to us because we keep making mistakes. And holding guys accountable for those mistakes and figuring out how to get that rectified, that's what needs to be, I think, looked at even deeper.
Well, Tausch, I mean, we're 9 games through the season, and you're still dealing with illegal formations and guys out of position and just all the things that are culture and leadership, and that's not even to say execution, which is a huge problem for what this offense is dealing with. So, I mean, what we're seeing on offense, this stuff, being an offensive guy yourself more than us, are these problems fixable this far the way through the rest of the season?
Absolutely, but you have to know who's going to be out there. And I think from a receiver standpoint and tight ends, there's a lot of shifting. There's a lot of motion. There's a lot of stuff. And you bring in a jumbo tackle to play tight end. You have to practice and rep that. And I don't know how many reps Bo Melton's taking as a wide receiver. I don't know that. I don't know, if Heath, if he's, You would think that he would have a pretty good idea on what he needed to do, but there is no doubt that those things can be fixed and need to be, especially at this point in the season. That those are elementary things, and old coaches of mine would used to say, we can get anybody to line up. Now, whether or not you go out and actually perform and do it, we can find somebody on the street to go do that. Those are the things you need to avoid. And last night, at critical points, things happen that hurt you in a big way, and it seems as if that's a recurring thing. They need to get that cleaned up yesterday.
Talking with Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher here on Kyle Bruston-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
So, Tausch, you said it's fixable. Do you think they will fix it?
Right now, I would say, I certainly hope they will, but what has told you that they will? Because you've had 2 or 3 weeks now where you've seen...
Oh, he's lost hope.
Things like this. No, I have not lost hope.
Oh.
I have not. But, Kyle, I can't sit here in good faith and tell you absolutely, because why isn't it fixed then?
He's using his eyes.
No, I feel you. I think this is a big week. But, Tosh, I do want to know this. Whose job is it to check out of that 4th and 1 play when you hear a defensive lineman say, inside zone this way, inside zone this way? When you hear that as an offensive lineman, because Josh Jacobs heard it, Jordan Love heard it, and Josh Jacobs in his mind he was thinking, I can't go that way. Whose job is it? Whose responsibility is it to call that timeout to say, abort mission?
Well, let me tell you this. There's some plays that you have options, and then there's some plays you just run. And when you're at 4th and 1 and you just need a yard, you got to just go get it. So there were plenty of times. I can remember, don't be on me, Kyle. There were times that I was playing and teams knew our play, and I remember afterwards in a postgame saying, that's all right. We're gonna out execute, even though they know what we're doing. We'll still out execute them.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to have that? Do you like to have a little bit of surprise and maybe have them guessing? Yeah, absolutely. But the Philadelphia Eagles, everybody and their mother knows tush push is coming.
I don't know. 4th and 1, 90 seconds left.
Do you think they should have took a timeout?
Out of a shotgun.
Here's what I would have done.
They've been canning to run plays all game. Everyone and their mother knew it was coming.
They did, and they didn't execute. So if you execute it and you pick it up, are you guys still upset about it? I don't love gun on 4th and 1. I'm not a fan of that. If you want to get into that.
True Wisconsin guy right there, not liking gun.
If you want to use a timeout there, I'm okay with it, but for whatever reason, Sirianni completely butchered the end of the game. You don't get the ball back and an opportunity to have a really long kick, which is a whole other conversation, the kicking game. But it comes down there does come a point. Like, Benny, you knew Frank Kaminsky or Sam Decker were going to get the ball at the end of the game. Everybody knew it. Does that mean you don't give them the ball?
The difference is from what I think most people are frustrated about right now is the predictability of the offense to that point. You know what I mean? Like, it got to a point where they were able to figure out the calls. And yes, you want to give you want Josh Jacobs to have the ball there, but you need to put him in a better spot where it's not 4th and 1 and they're yelling inside zone.
That's easy from these seats. You'll hear coaches always say this, and I am a firm believer too. When the money is on the table, it's about players, not plays.
Tausch, did you hear Josh Jacobs, though? Josh Jacobs post-game, he sounded defeated. He sounded like going into that play, he had to brainstorm something else.
He was like, well, it looks like I can't go the way that the play is designed.
He said it don't feel good. Whenever they know what you're doing, it don't ever feel good because it changed my mind on how I'm going to run the ball, if we're going to be honest.
So I agree with you on players, but it got to a point where it was just unacceptable to run that play in that moment.
And the run game's been struggling.
All right, so you guys wanted him to take a timeout and reboot.
Yes,
absolutely.
Okay. Once they called out the play at that point, I'm like, all right, let's kill.
All right, so then if you come up again and they say, hey, watch the quick out route to Musgrave, and then that's the player, you're going to say, all right, call another timeout?
Tausch, you watch a lot of football. There are coaches that are scheming their best players, even if they know their best player is getting the ball in a more advantageous spot than what Josh Jacobs had in that moment.
I don't disagree with you on that. All I'm asking is, if that is your threshold, are you going to call timeout again and do that? That's my because I get it. It was predictable. You can make that. The other thing that bothered me more than that last night, it just felt like their best corner was covering every one of our first options.
Like, why? Quinyon Mitchell is a stud. He is a great corner. Typically, you don't want to throw at him, and it felt like every big play, he was covering it. And it wasn't like he's covering Christian Watson. He's covering Wicks. He's covering Dobbs. That's the part that is more concerning to me than the 4th and 1.
They're 4-0 off the
Bad
bye heading into that
self-scouting.
game, 5-0 after. So maybe again.
And even with that, Benny, I still somebody has to explain to me what Nick Sirianni was doing.
I'm with you.
A fourth down. That was inexplicable.
Everyone, I bet there was people that turned off the TV at that point.
No.
Yeah.
No, like because you're thinking, okay, like they're gonna punt it or whatever, like game's over. There's no way they can drive down the field. They've scored 7 points or whatever.
I legit think Jalen Hurts should have just punted it.
That's happened before.
A.J. Brown
That's
sure
what
didn't try to
should
catch it, tell you that much.
Actually, that would have been a really smart play. They went to had a defender deep to cover. The ball would have rolled around. You'd have wasted time.
Yeah.
That's maybe something Green Bay should put in case the scenario comes up to them.
Jordan Love.
Tausch, appreciate your candor on all this.
Been good today, Tausch.
I love when Kyle's judging.
No, he's been great. He was a little combative, a little back and forth.
You do like sassy.
Yeah, he was a little
I want
sassy
to get.
today.
I want to get back to where I can hang up on you guys. That's when we.
I think if we can have a good conversation together, doesn't mean we can't have a hang up session, in a couple weeks. Don't worry,
Well,
that's
it's
not
just
going
nice. You
anywhere.
guys have- I feel like you guys, ever since I called you out on groupthink, I feel like you guys have improved.
No, look,
Talk about coaching.
I'll give it to Old T. I'll give it to Old T.
Hey, fellas.
Without you,
Fellas,
we
you're
would
welcome.
not be here.
Hell no, I ain't giving him that. Not a day after a loss. No.
Thanks, T.
You bet.
That's Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer. It's time for Brad to tell us about our Talk and Text Line sponsor.
Well, I'll tell you what, no matter how bad the game goes last night, you can always find a victory with an ice cold Carbless in your hand. Carbless delivers that handcrafted cocktail experience that's right there in your living room, and it's everything that I love. I trust every single ingredient inside that can. You know that's important to me. And here's the best part, too. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten, just 100 calories, and you get all the taste with the perfect level of carbonation. Not too much, not too little, just the right amount. It's something that needs to be tasted to believe. Not only that, man, there is a flavor for everybody and every occasion. I just picked up another variety pack from Costco of the margaritas, but you also got the Tropical Bliss variety pack. So many different fruit flavors. The classic cocktails always hit. Moscow Mule, Mojito, Strawberry, Margarita. Oh boy, they're so good. I can't choose which one is my favorite. And even today, on this Veterans Day, founder of the company, a veteran himself. So another reason to raise a carbless and say cheers on Veterans Day today.
As Old T mentioned, I see you on the on hold for a long time here on the Carbless Talk and Text Line. We're going to get
People
to you.
are still holding?
Of course.
Oh, I love
they
you,
want
KBN
to.
Nation.
They're
KBN Nation,
passionate.
they are
They're
ready.
next.
And my message is the same as Tausch right now. We can get caught up in our own worlds and think we know it all, but it's good to get a pulse of everyone who also has eyes and lives and breathes what we saw and well beyond last game. We'll hear from you, KBN Nation, 800-990-3776 in the Carbless Talk and Text Line next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own. That's what I do.
what she said. Thanks so much, Old T.
She pumps and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, moves on.
That's what she said.
Come on, Kyle. Keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, we still have some delays southbound on 41 coming from the county line to Good Hope Road. Back on the brakes heading down through the Appleton Avenue area to about Hampton. On the northbound side, they're still working on this crash that's behind the barrels on the left, northbound at North Avenue. So watch out for that. Delays stretching all the way back to well before Mayfair Road. Southbound 43, you got backups from just south of Capitol Drive down towards Sutter Street. Then back on the brakes from North Avenue down through the Marquette. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 26. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, and mild, a high of 50. Weather is brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
The green and gold dropped a tough one, 10-7 in Week 10 to the Philadelphia Eagles in Green Bay. Josh Jacobs provided the lone touchdown for the Packers, a 6-yard run late in the fourth quarter, finishing with 62 yards on the ground. Down 3 late in the game, the green and gold had a chance to tie it up, but a Brandon McManus 64-yard field goal missed the mark. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
I've said this many times. You hold good football teams to 10 points. You should win the football game.
The Packers now fall to 5-3-1 on the season and will look to bounce back in Week 11 on the road against the Giants.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Do you want your car to shine like a diamond? Then you need Z-Gloss from Z-Bart. Z-Gloss gives you a mirror finish and protects your paint from everything Mother Nature can throw at it with a 10-year guarantee. Visit zbart.com for more information.
In football, what does every great team start with?
A strong defense. Same's true in business.
Defense against what?
Cyber threats. That's why companies use Trend Micro.
What do they actually protect?
Your network, your data, your people, from ransomware, phishing, and more.
So it's not just antivirus?
Not at all. Trend Micro has a full defensive playbook trusted worldwide for over 35 years.
Sounds like the kind of defense every business needs.
Exactly. Don't get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Appreciate all of you calling, texting at the Carbless Talking text line. Steve chimes in after Tausch. Says it's in the player's hand in that moment, which I agree to a certain degree. A good team can execute even if the opponents know what's coming.
But they haven't been running the ball well. That's the problem. So, as a play caller, I can't go to this thing that we've been struggling with, and they know what we're doing.
You know what, Chris? Can you just pull up Josh Jacobs if you have that, and let me know when you do?
So sad hearing him be.
Oh, he got me. Okay, I was just going to say, because this is the player who you leaned on the entire game. This was his post-game reaction to them knowing the inside zone was coming. That sigh.
As a runner, it don't never feel good. Whenever they know what we're doing, it don't never feel good because it changed my mind on how I'm going to run the ball. If we just being honest, it makes me kind of like guess what I'm going to do. And obviously, people are smart. If we got cold words or whatever, you hear it a few times, like you going to eventually react to it.
I think that's good enough. Code words a few times. You mean like can every time that you've gone to a check down run, which was like 80% of the time. Just listen to him. And Steve, I hear you. The players make the plays. But when it's so predictable and they've been seeing it all game, and you hear the all-pro running back with it's not a good feeling when you know what they're going to do. Especially with Jalen Carter in the middle there. Like, it's not like
Jordan
we're talking.
Davis, Jaden Carter.
It's the one.
Joe Mo Boy is balling.
It's the one advantage the offense has. That is the advantage that the offense has. If the defense knew what the offense was going to do every single time, advantage gone. It's going to be a stalemate. Get ready for 0-0 football games. That is the one advantage.
We basically saw that, Brad.
We basically did.
Randy in Texas, thanks for holding. You're up on the Carbless Talking text line.
Everything bigger in Texas, Randy.
Yes, sir. Hey, a couple things, being down here, I obviously don't hear a lot of stuff going on up there, but I'm going to guess most of the call-ins today would have been borderline hysterical, negative. I just got a different look at that. I've got to look at a different viewpoint on that game. If Green Bay hadn't lost to the Panthers or Green Bay hadn't lost to Cleveland and we played that game last night, the way I'm looking at this thing is Philadelphia, to me, is the most physical team in the NFL. And you can say, we're just as tough as they are. But until you get in the ring with them and go toe-to-toe, Green Bay got in the ring with them last night and played smash-mouth defense. They completely proved they're every bit as tough as Philadelphia on defense. I think they can get around to fixing that offense. But I'm feeling like, this is probably before your all's time, but way back in the day, there was a fighter, Roberto Duran. He was just a badass. He just crushed everybody. And Sugar Ray Leonard was the up-and-coming guy, and he got in the ring with Roberto Duran the first time. And, Sugar Ray was a dancer, a boxer. But he wanted to test his manhood, and he went toe-to-toe with Duran. Lost the fight in the decision, but he proved he could go toe-to-toe with Duran. When they got in the ring the next time, that was the no-mas fight. Duran just quit in the 8th round. He couldn't, because Sugar Ray was completely confident that he could go toe-to-toe.
Randy, I get your point.
I love it. Y'all talking my language today,
I like
baby.
a good boxing story.
But no mas. We remember that is, doing the towel, baby. I like where he's going.
You got wrapped into the whole physical and the defense. Yeah, I agree.
I get what he's saying.
But
the offense?
That was a moral victory call.
No, today.
Dude, this is the third time they played the Eagles. The last two, they've gotten dominated in the line of scrimmage.
Listen, I'll say this. Today is a day to
offensively,
react.
At least.
Today is a day to react. Wednesday, Thursday, Kyle, going to be a little bit different.
Why? Why? Because they battled in the trenches and scored 7 points?
Eternal. Turn the page. You're absolutely right. No, because my man from Texas, he ain't show me the lie. We did go toe-to-toe with the football team, even though the defense is defense.
I love that our content director wanted us to hook the boxing guy, yet Kyle's taking his main takeaway from today from the boxing guy.
Listen, our content director obviously isn't a boxing guy. It resonated with me. If you follow boxing, you remember the no mas, right? You remember him saying, I'm throwing the towel. Because what he's saying is that the Green Bay Packers went toe-to-toe with the top dog in the NFL.
And lost again and looked embarrassingly doing it.
They lost, but this is a Green Bay Packers show. This is KBN Nation. We're here in Wisconsin. If you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, you're coming away, you're thinking your offense is poop-putt too. The Green Bay Packers made them feel that way. So all I'm saying is this. If we did have another shot at them, I think we could make them boys throw in the towel.
He also prefaced it with, if you didn't lose to Cleveland and you didn't lose to Carolina, all of these things have happened.
And those things you can't ignore.
You can't ignore what has happened.
That's why it's so bad right now.
The Eagles, they didn't play a very good game either.
We forced them not to play a good game. No, they didn't just they didn't just show up and not play a good game. They were able to contain Saquon Barkley.
This is exactly what the Eagles do, though. They just find ways to win.
Exactly,
and they outwill you in whatever type of game it is.
We didn't get outwilled yesterday.
Is this game more reflective?
The offensive line versus defensive line?
Okay.
Where they scored 7 points after having 0 in how many quarters?
I look at it as a whole. You can't take
it sounds like you're only taking in a chunk.
No, not at all. Because when I think of getting outwilled and somebody imposing their will on you, that is what happened in the playoff game against the Green Bay Packers. We didn't stand a chance. Last night, the Philadelphia Eagles, they needed, a great catch by Devontae Smith to even get in the end zone. Like, that is the only time that they had 2 big plays. They had a play where Jalen was able to find Saquon Barkley, and Saquon Barkley was able to do what he did, and then they had that big pass. Other than that, they weren't able to do anything. That is how
nobody's been arguing how great the defense played.
So I'm just going to my boy who talked about Roberto Duran.
And I think you need to call
Bucks, baby.
Randy in Texas is still on the line. I'll let you talk to him directly on the phone because we have other things to discuss than boxing and how well they held up when there are more things that happen that are disgusting versus. Again, there was good from that defense. And special teams wasn't even that bad, other than McManus. But autumn auction at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, you want in? Well, you can. With $300,000 in prizes, who wouldn't want to be in? Play November 1st through the 20th. You got 9 more days, and you can earn entries playing with your rewards card. Drawings from Thursdays at 5 to 8 p.m. Thursdays, pick your win from the prize board. All leftover prizes go into the rollover jackpot drawing at 8:30. Must be 21 years or reward member to play. That's Potawatomi Casino Hotel and their amazing sports book that we were at yesterday. We'll continue to get to you. Kyle's going to shadow box in the break. We'll be back. Kyle Brust-Norman.
This is Kyle Brust-Norman, KBN.
Brent is crazy. Strofe is emotional. I don't want to get in between none of this.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
In the Midwest, we know the real deal on the field and in your wellness routine. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan offers top-tier Michigan-grown CBD products. No shortcuts, no synthetic knockoffs. Just clean, green certified, organically grown CBD crafted for fans who expect the best. Whether you're gearing up for the game or winding down after a win, swing through Higher Love just across the Wisconsin border and experience the highest quality CBD in the Midwest. Higher Love, the real deal, no limitation. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. At 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, it's a superior smooth taste worth playing for. Grab a Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer as you cheer your team on. Michelob Ultra, official sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks. Enjoy a Michelob Ultra at Kelly's Bleachers Big Ben, Distillery Richfield, Tom's Watch Bar in Milwaukee, and Maddie's in New Berlin. Please enjoy responsibly.
Sometimes the best escape is the one you can take every day, right at home. Hey, it's Jen Latta. Between covering football games, traveling, and chasing my kids around, my schedule can get pretty hectic. That's why my infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas has become my go-to for balance and recovery. The gentle, radiant heat helps me relax, sweat out stress, and recharge, so I'm ready for whatever's next. You can feel the same calm and reset. Just stop by the Good Health Saunas showroom in Waukesha or visit goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
A father faces homelessness. A mother is hospitalized, and there's no one to watch their children.
La Causa Crisis Nursery and Respite Center is the only free 24/7 crisis nursery in Milwaukee. It's a safe and nurturing place for children aged 0 to 12 to stay while their parents work to regain stability and strength. Your generosity keeps the doors open, so join them at Facts and Familia Trivia Night on November 19th. All proceeds support La Causa Crisis Nursery and Respite Center. Get tickets and learn more at lacausa.org. ESPNWisconsin.org.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
On Thursday, I'm heading over to the Princeton Club to play some tennis, get a workout in, hit the steam room, hit the sauna. For my better tomorrow, you can have a better tomorrow by getting a tour and checking out the Madison locations or the New Berlin location. Amazing health clubs, clean, open all the time, free childcare with the membership. Find your better tomorrow. You can have a strong body, a strong mind, and help provide a strong community with the Princeton Club. We're wrapping up our ESPN Wisconsin portion. We're with you on 94.5 ESPN and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee till 5 o'clock, leading into the Homer Hour. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman reacting to the Monday Night Football loss 10-7 against the Eagles at home. Pat in Milwaukee, you're up with KBN on the Carbless Talking text line.
Yeah, that was an awful, painful game to watch. I mean, I can't believe I wasted 3.5 hours to watch that game.
You sound like my fiance.
As bad as they played, as bad as they played, like at the end, we had the chance to tie it with the field goal. He had McManus go out there, but McManus was still not 100% from the injury, and they had the young kickers 10 for 10, and he already made a 61-yarder. Why not have him try to kick?
Well, he wasn't on the active roster yesterday, I don't believe.
He wasn't? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe they did not activate him.
Terrible.
They had a kicking competition.
Okay.
They made the decision that McManus was kicking, I believe, on Thursday.
I will say, so whenever we see people make these like 62,
his 61-yarder was indoors at Carolina.
Yes.
A different beast, outdoors with wind at
degrees.
Lambeau.
Yeah,
Cam Little would have made it.
No, he wouldn't have. But that one kid, the kid did make one at Lambeau for 61 yards, right?
Yeah, but it was cold.
Did he do that?
Much colder last night. Wind was much worse. The ball, I mean, it's hard to explain how hard.
The 61-yarder was in Arizona.
Yeah, it was not in Green Bay, but it's the longest in Packers history. Brett, so what you're saying is that there's not a kicker in the NFL that can make a 64-yarder in that conditions last night. I mean, that's what if you're saying Cam Little can't make it, who made a damn near 70-yarder. Still make a 70-yarder.
He made a 68.
68.
I don't know.
The probabilities were low.
Maybe, but like that is exceedingly hard.
Well, Hail Mary it then.
Chris chimes in. This is interesting.
The one
after last night's game and most of the morning, I was on the get rid of LaFleur train, but had time to reflect. And honestly, this feels like it's more on Jordan Love. He should have called timeout on the fourth down play. He should not have been trying to force the ball down the field as much as he did. So again, this comes with the waves of emotion because we did learn.
That forced the Christian Watson at the end of the game.
I'm off the force. I'm back to 4th and 1.
Oh,
this is what you were saying earlier.
Yeah,
he needs to be somebody who can command time and score at this point in his career and understand the time, score, situation, timeouts. If he does not believe that they are not set up for success in that moment, he has to be empowered to do something about it.
You said empowered. Empowered means somebody is empowering you.
It does feel to a lot of people that LaFleur is holding him back, and it would show that based off the fact that you got two safeties high, they're running the ball on 1st and 2nd down religiously, and not mixing it up where it became so vanilla and so predictable that everyone in the football stadium and watching the television last night or signing up for a Fubo free trial and canceling it today like I did.
That's what I did too.
Did you cancel it?
Not yet.
But make sure you do, because otherwise, we'll have to look at the earnings report.
There was so I had a coach in Carolina. It wasn't Rivera. I've written the name. Anyway, he said there are two types of players that I hate. A player that does the player that does nothing you say, and a player that does everything that you say. There is a little bit of gray area of you got to play football a little bit. So even if Jordan Love hasn't been given the green light to change the play or do whatever else, Jordan Love, he's a $55 million quarterback. This is not his first time doing it. If someone else is calling your play in a critical down, that might be the time to go against what Matt LaFleur called and call a timeout and reset.
Josh Kenosha, you've been holding a long time. 30 seconds. I'm sorry to keep it short.
That's okay. This problem is on Goody, Love, and LaFleur, and it doesn't stem from this year. They don't seem to have a good working relationship with each other, and I feel like it's just a dumpster fire. I don't know what they got to do to fix it, but they're not making the playoffs if this continues.
Thank you for the call, Josh. It's something that I saw Tausch bring up. I mean, they got to play better. They have opportunities against 5 divisional opponents and the Broncos and the Ravens of the like. So we'll see what happens together, but we're going to continue on in 2 minutes. Jim, Matt, and Molly, and Madison, Corey, and Wally. Or Corey's now working with us. You got the Damn Sports Show in Beaver Dam. We're back in 2 minutes. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
ABN's the show that never ends.
A little bit slow on southbound 43, coming in from about Good Hope Road down to Bender Road, and then again from Capitol Drive down towards North Avenue. One more pocket of heavy traffic from just before the Marquette down through and onto the high-rise bridge. More delays heading down towards the KK River. Eastbound 94, we've got your usual backups from about 84th Street to Holly Road. On southbound 894, we're seeing delays from National Avenue in pockets all the way down to the Hale, also including eastbound on 894 out of the Hale interchange to Forest Home. Traffic is brought to you by Life Navigators Soap and Suds Drive. Your donation of body wash, hand soap, or laundry pods will help local kids and adults with disabilities stay healthy all year. Learn more at lifenavigators.org. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 26. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, and mild, a high of 50. Weather is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Timeout on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 11/30/2025.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Bruss alongside Brad Nortman. UKBN Nation, you've been on the Carbless Talking text line at 800-990-3776. Stays open for you until 5 o'clock. We're also on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Chris Larson working his tail off, answering those phones, getting this audio, running the show. Packers dropped the game 10-7. Every time I say that, the look in Kyle's face.
Usually throughout the show, it's cathartic, right? It's healing. Because it's like, okay, we're working our way through it. We've digested it. I personally don't feel any better than I did 2 hours ago.
Let me ask you this one, KBN Nation. Has Matt LaFleur regressed as a play caller, or does he not trust Jordan Love? Because I'm noodling in between that one. I lean more regress. Obviously, there's a little bit of both, but if you choose one right now, does he not have faith in Jordan Love, Was he too married to Josh Jacobs in this ground game with the offensive line that is not getting the push that Josh Jacobs, appreciation moment for a second. He getting hit, still find a way to get 2-3 yards. Like, if there was any room for the man, he'd be having an all-pro season.
That's very true.
He's still got a ton of all-purpose yards. I want him used out of the backfield more as a pass catcher because the amount of times we just see them running, as we've mentioned, inside zone with Josh Jacobs, it's like, come on, find other ways to get your playmakers the ball. We've been screaming this all year long, even of names outside of Josh Jacobs. So is he regressing or does he not trust Love? 800-990-3776.
Well, both are bad. If he doesn't trust Jordan Love, that's a huge indictment on Jordan Love, and he's regressing as a play caller. That's the one thing that he does well. I think he's regressing as a play caller. I think his operation has gotten stale. I'm getting the sense that this is like Mike McCarthy come the end of his era in Green Bay, right? He was doing some things that were sort of next level and sort of cutting edge throughout those early to mid Aaron Rodgers days. And you had a pretty good relationship going on there. But even Aaron Rodgers could pick up on the fact, like, we're just doing the same thing. The league has caught up. We're not making adjustments. We're not evolving with how the league is going. I'm getting those same vibes out of Matt LaFleur. It looks like he thinks something is going to work, and he's completely shocked when it doesn't. And it's so basic.
And we joked about it. I don't know if he should be away from the defense looking at an iPad and they didn't do anything that I was like, oh, yeah, that was a really out of character for the Green Bay Packers, that he needs to look at what went wrong. Because it was a lot of the same things.
Yeah, it really was. And we're not seeing that evolution out of him. And if he was not trusting Jordan Love, which I don't think he fully trusts Jordan Love. I don't know if he's got a little bit of PTSD from Aaron Rodgers changing the plays on him. And he said, okay, never again will I have a quarterback overrule me. But early in 2023, that's what it looked like, not trusting your quarterback. Every play is a 5-yard play and whatever. Jordan Love is clearly airing it out and doing the best he can when he wants to. There's a little bit of freedom. But I think Matt LaFleur, I think the league is catching up with him. I think the way that Shanahan and McVay and Kevin O'Connell have evolved in that same coaching tree, I'm not seeing that same evolution on Matt LaFleur. And I think he's looking back there. He looks confused. He looks shocked that these plays aren't working. And then when they're not working, I think he's confused on what to go to, looking at the sheet and being frustrated about what he sees. So I think he's regressing as a play caller, and it calls into question what are the main things that he brings to this team then.
Yeah, I think it's indicative when you hear defenses are able to call out what you're going to do to the fact that your offense is regressing. I think it's indicative when you look at, again, each game is different.
Hang on, I'm glad you said that because we need to hear that again.
Okay.
The fact that this happened on the most critical play of the game, and then we went through with it, and then had to listen to Josh Jacobs. This, listen in, is the Philadelphia Eagles on the 4th and 1 play.
Inside zone this way! Inside zone this way!
It's Jacobs. Flag flies. Jacobs is brought down, and the ball was out.
Yeah, Morrow and Ojomo. Inside zone this way. Inside zone this way.
So not to get to your reaction, Kyle, on that, but so that play, it reminded me of in 2015, I believe it was, playing for Carolina. We played Monday Night Football against the Patriots, right? And Luke Kuechly was a dynamo at doing exactly that. He knew exactly what the other play was doing, what the other team was doing. He would call it out. And there was a couple of sequences, second half, where Patriots would come out, Luke would call the play, and Brady would audible the play out of it, and then quite a quick snap before Luke could then call a second audible on Brady. It was like a chess match, and those are guys that were like next level football savants, football geniuses. But you're talking about maybe should Jordan Love have called an audible? Well, Tom Brady certainly did that. Not comparable, obviously, but this happens.
We
it's
need
not
our guy to be in that direction. He ain't gonna be Tom Brady.
It's not like Jordan Love has never been a part of a play where the defense is calling what you're doing, right? That happens not all the time, but it happens semi-frequently in the NFL. So you shouldn't be shocked when it happens, and you got to be prepared for when that moment happens, particularly when it's the biggest moment of the game.
And the other thing that gets me, and again, I understand each game is week to week, but what frustrates me is that I see a team like we played the Panthers. Before we played the Panthers, they played the Bills. The Bills put a 40 spot on them. And then all we could do is muster up 13 points. I look at the Philadelphia Eagles. I understand they're a very good football team. Their defense
they
is
had
down.
been putting up a lot of points and giving up a lot of points.
They have been, but I look at the fact that they played the Giants earlier. They played the Vikings as well. Vikings put 22 on them. Not a whole lot, but 22 points. And the Giants put up 34. And what do? We put up a measly 7. So that all shows to me that we can talk all we want about Jordan Love's inability to audible out of something or his execution of the total offense. But at the end of the day, if you're only able to score 7 dang points one week, 13 points the week before, that shows me that your offense is regressing because other offensive coordinators are able to watch the exact same film you're able to watch to scheme and scout a team's defense to figure out this is how we're going to be successful. This is how we're going to attack. But for some reason, Matt LaFleur has not been able to consistently get his team to put up 4 great quarters of football on offense, and in these last 2 weeks, we have seen him have the inability to score damn touchdowns and points. This is terrible, and the aggression is happening right in front of our eyes, and Matt LaFleur is indeed coaching for his job this year. You missed the playoffs. This is your last season in Green Bay.
Chris in Milwaukee, is it a regression of play calling or a lack of trust and love? You're up on the Carbless Talking text line.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I got 2 quick points, one about Love, one about LaFleur. Love, he just makes I don't know what's wrong with him, but he has the worst situational game decisions I've ever seen as a quarterback. He always seems to make those stupid high school mistakes at the worst times, like with the fumble at the end of the first half there. That could have, I was telling my neighbor downstairs that 3 points are going to bite us in the butt, and sure enough, they did. LaFleur, it just seems to me like with him, and I get it, there's a lot of injuries, okay? But every team has a lot of injuries. I've yet to see LaFleur make good adjustments during a game. And I don't know if he just needs help with an offensive coordinator or not, but it just seems like he just can't make adjustments when we need them.
Well, the coordinator's got to make sure he can get that offensive line humming like he was the offensive line coach before he was the offensive coordinator. Chris in Milwaukee, appreciate that.
Chris makes a really good point about Jordan Love. One knock on
Coordinator
Jordan.
or
not?
I'll get him. No, he's just listening to you. He's listening to your response.
Well, one knock on Jordan Love was his junior year before he came out of Utah State was when his offense wasn't as good. The team around him wasn't as good. He struggled with turnovers, right? Decision-making. If you understand that your quarterback with Jordan Love he's human, right? When he feels a little bit more pressure, he feels a little bit more tense moment, or maybe he gets a little erratic at times, you got to find a way to hone that in, right? He's done a good job of doing that with the overall interceptions, but he still has his moments. Jordan Love, that's part of his DNA. When it gets a little bit tight, he's going to make some poor decisions, but as a coach, your job is to limit that as much as possible by coaching him up, telling him this is what we need you to do, Jordan. And I feel like Matt LaFleur, he's done a good job, but good ain't gonna win you a championship. I need him to excel at a high level.
Let's go to Ron in the key. It's usually bad, but sometimes good. We'll see today.
Oh, hey, Ron.
What's up, Ron?
Hello, gentlemen. I actually think it's amusing how we're regressing towards each other. Ben, I believe when the Cleveland game, you were very much that it was LaFleur's fault at the end, and I was very much that it was Love. I don't think, and I think now you think Love is more to blame than you used to, and I now think LaFleur is more to blame than I used to.
Could have told you that, Ron.
But that's the problem in itself, Ron. Is you can go either way. Yeah,
but that's my point. Is I don't think that either of us doesn't feel the one we already felt was to blame is no longer to blame. We just now both agree they're both to blame, and that's sad. Lastly, really quick, Tauscher's, you got to go out there and execute. That's great, and I usually am the person that is like, hey, the players are out there. But if I know you're going to shoot a 3, there's nothing I can do about it. If I know Strofe is going to shoot a 3, I can stop him. And the Packers are more like Strofe than like you.
That was so disrespectful.
Thanks for the call.
That is an amazing stray to Alex Strofe, who's not on the show today.
Alex Strofe is straight about Green Bay Packers. He just called the Packers Alex Strofe. He had so many options. He could have
picked the most unathletic person in the world.
Brad probably would have been more comparable. Kyle is disrespectful as well because I suck at basketball.
He took the worst.
Yeah, Strofe is beyond the worst. Beyond the worst.
Robin Milwaukee, you're on the Carbless Talking text line with KBN.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on. So I just want to to hit all the points real quick is Jordan Love needs to use his peripheral vision. I mean, he's looking left. You got to look right and center. Got guys open in all the last 3 games, right down the middle, a little bit to the right. And then he's got to make the right calls. And then Matt LaFleur is got to stick basically to if he's running a counter up the middle, run a counter up the middle, and then later, same play and pass out of it. And I don't see any of that. He used to do things like that. He used to run the jet sweep, then he'd run a fake jet sweep. Now he runs a jet sweep fake, and he never comes back to it. So they know exactly what's coming.
Yeah, thank you for the call, Rob. The one thing I'm going to mention about Love is, yes, we could point to times where Love has missed guys. But in yesterday's game, the amount of times where he did have a guy open, but the pressure was there in his face and he couldn't make the play, I can't put on him. That's the whole thing about this frustrating day of conversation. It's the overall execution of Matt LaFleur's football team and the inability to put together a game in which people can move forward feeling confident going into whoever they play moving forward. You can't look at anybody in the NFL. I don't care if they're the Saints or I don't know.
Who beat the Panthers, by the way?
Correct.
Yeah,
Who
correct.
The Giants with Russell Wilson and the head coach who got fired with the bum. To me, it wouldn't matter if Dable didn't get fired and Jackson Dart was still the quarterback. The ball, yeah, from earlier. It would still mean to me that they cannot overlook anybody because we know who they are right now. And Brad, you're going to tell us about one of your good friends.
Oh, that's right. I mean, QC Kinetics is the go-to place if you want to stay off the injury report of life. Life is too important to live for it pain-free. I'm telling you, you don't have to do that any longer. QC Kinetics is your go-to location. I go to the Greenfield location and check them out. I've seen everything they do and everything in their toolkits to exercise their cellular treatments to give you your life back. They are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. That means no surgeries, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. There are tens of thousands of satisfied patients all across the United States, and there are many right here in southeastern Wisconsin. I've spoken to some of them, and boy, oh boy, they say it's something of a miracle what QC Kinetics has done for them and their body. And listen to this, KBN Nation. This Veterans Day, today, QC Kinetics is giving back to our heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-veteran who starts their care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. So supporting our heroes, whether it be a non-veteran, you're going to get that donation, or a veteran, now's your time to go visit QC Kinetics. Your free consultation is waiting for you, and your pain-free life is waiting for you on the other side of this phone call to QC Kinetics today. 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Speaking of Veterans Day, we're going to celebrate that coming up next on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
And I'm like, you know what? Lola the Bunny was kind of strapped.
Okay, here's as far as I'm... All I'll be able to say is I get why Bugs was so love-drunk over Lola. I get it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 41, still going to be kind of a heavy ride from Good Hope Road pretty much all the way down to Capitol Drive. The northbound side slowing just before Mayfair Road all the way up to Capitol. Eastbound 94, you've got backups from 92nd Street all the way to Hawley Road. Westbound's tightening up from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And then on the bypass heading southbound, you got backups from just before Greenfield Avenue down towards Lincoln. And then again from Beloit Road down and around the Hale onto 894 eastbound. And checking the TMJ4 storm team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 26. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy and mild, a high of 50. Weather's brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, offering the perfect holiday gift, a memorable experience with the Bartolotta gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com, and happy holidays, Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan, less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
You want in on the autumn action at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee? Of course you do. With $300,000 in prizes, who wouldn't? November 1st through the 20th, play with your rewards card for entries. Thursdays, pick your win from a prize board. At the end of the night, all leftover prizes go to one winner in a jackpot drawing. Autumn action. It's going down at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Goldsmiths are essential to running a jewelry store, but they're extremely hard to find.
Goldsmiths can repair jewelry, set diamonds, resize rings, and create beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces of custom jewelry.
Most jewelry stores do not have an in-house goldsmith.
But Kessler's has 18 wonderful goldsmiths working in our 9 Kessler stores.
The average Kessler's goldsmith has more than 15 years of full-time experience.
And that's not counting all the apprentice goldsmiths and jewelry designers.
Our goldsmiths repair a lot of jewelry that we did not sell.
Bring us your broken jewelry and we'll bring it back to life.
When you see a woman with an extremely attractive, very distinctive engagement ring,
you can safely assume that it's a custom-designed, one-of-a-kind ring made by the goldsmiths at Kessler's.
When your relationship is special, you need a special engagement ring.
If you want something that's breathtakingly one-of-a-kind,
come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Brust and Nortman across 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Chris Larson running the show. You, as always, on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776. Lists is more. Packers drop Monday Night Football 10-7. Even just weird saying 10-7. Every time it sounds weird.
Pretty pathetic.
Just hurts.
And I mentioned it is Veterans Day, and we have a special guest joining us, the owner and founder of Carbless, Adam Craner, joining us here today. This has been a very emotional day for a lot of people because the Green Bay Packers lost in a way where it's driving people nuts. And so I want to go to you right away for perspective. And when I think about Adam, the owner, when do you know if it's time to move on from somebody in your business? Because Matt LaFleur is a hot topic of conversation. And this won't go towards Matt LaFleur. We won't send it to him.
When do you know it's time to move on? I think it's when you are building, scaling, moving, and the skill set that you look to obtain you can't physically do.
Building, scaling, and moving.
Well,
the
Green Bay
Packers are doing
trying-
the opposite of that.
They're moving backward.
Their goal was to build, scale, and move because they added more salary by adding Micah Parsons, Aaron Banks, and Nate Hobbs. So they're trying to do that, but they're staying stagnant where they're at because the record and the results aren't where we need them to be.
It's telling, and I love that. And it is Veterans Day, and
Hold on. I got to give the guy some defense. You got to fail a couple times before things go real well.
Well,
how many times?
Can you see the same thing over and over?
Yeah, that I don't know.
We would say he's on a performance review that's gone to HR with the new president ed policy. That's how I would put it.
Wow, he's on a pit plan, huh? Performance
For me, at
enhancement
least.
plan.
Again, we're all entitled to our own opinion. I think it's really cool, your background, your story, a little bit about why you joined the military and how that plays into the fact that you own, with your wife, a tremendously fast-growing product. Tell me about how your journey in the military helped get to where you are today.
Journey in the military. Well, the interesting thing is I was not the most obedient child by any means. So the military out of the gate taught me a lot about structure and process and the benefit to having structure and process. You could have 100 amazing people, and if the process sucks, they're going to do it 100 different ways, and you might only get 20 great results, even though they're all awesome people. So that's the benefit of process. Rinse, repeat, and have all the people doing it the same way. The downside to too much process... The downside to too much process is you lose the best ability about humans, which is their ability to think. And so when you take out their ability to process information, make thoughts for themselves because you're telling them exactly what to do, you don't get any creativity. So I think the really cool thing about the military experience was it taught me all the things we needed to do, but also taught me that too much of it is of no value, at least to us in our business. I think there is in certain businesses, but for us, we probably want about 30% process and 70% humans because we got a bunch of awesome ones working for us.
Adam, we're looking at the Green Bay Packers, of course, and scrutinizing, Matt LaFleur and leadership, and Ben kind of touched on it. But I'm curious for you, right? Because military background, and of course you're leading this massive, incredibly successful, incredibly delicious company in Carbless, of course. So I'm curious, you're a leader in your role now, and obviously I have a background in that. What are the most important attributes of being a leader that you find that, these are non-negotiables? If you're going to lead a team, a squad, a company, Matt LaFleur leading the Green Bay Packers, these are the attributes that you got to have non-negotiables.
I'm taking my pen out for this.
Empathy and accountability, which I don't think most people understand how to mix the two.
Those seems like they could be almost at odds a little bit. So elaborate just a little bit on each and why you think they're important.
So empathy is your ability to understand where somebody is coming from. And this goes back to a principle that I believe for a long time, that nobody wakes up to suck. So if you think about a 5,000-person company, the number 5,000 ranked employee in performance, when they walk in, they think they're number one, right? So having the understanding that most people, and I'm not going to say all, there's going to be a few people who just don't care about the company or the mission. But at the end of the day, if you trust and believe that your team wants the best for themselves, you and the company, the way that you approach problems are way different. And I think now if we dig into the empathy, you can get taken advantage of if you continue to empathize and not hold somebody accountable. Mm-hmm. So, hey, Brad, why were you late to work today? Oh, well, I got stuck in traffic. Okay. I understand that. What's something maybe we could do next time to make sure that you're here on time for the meeting? Well, I should leave a little earlier. And then the next day you're late for the meeting again. And then the next day you're late for the meeting again. I can keep asking the question, and quite frankly, you could keep, I'll call it at that point, excusing or reasoning your way out of it. But until I force accountability and make you have to show up, the empathy can turn into reasons to just allow crappy behavior. And so it's got to be a mix of the two. And I think between the two, if you have an honest conversation, get a very long way.
Now,
it's good stuff.
It was good stuff.
This is why they ask you to lead all those business conferences I see on Instagram, huh?
No, because he understands it with his military background. Thank you so much for your service, but also understanding with the business what it takes to be successful. And when you look at the Green Bay Packers and overall. We all love Matt LaFleur. Sounds like you do as well. I mean, at what point, if the Packers miss the playoffs, will accountability be for Matt LaFleur that there's somebody else leading this team?
I'm probably not the best person to ask that.
Do you think it will be that way? Do you think it should be?
How far does this go out? We sponsor them, so.
That's the right answer.
You know what?
That's the right answer.
What you say is that is up to Ed Policy, the Green Bay Packers. This organization is phenomenal. They keep winning. Go Pack, go, baby. Go Pack, go.
So,
I like that.
I'm glad you brought that up because Green Bay Packers partnership, you've done some stuff with the Wisconsin Badgers. You've done, obviously, a lot of stuff at American Family Field. Why and what have you felt from the results of partnerships with those teams, and what have you felt as results with those teams?
I think from a partnership perspective, the very interesting thing is even from a data perspective, and Ben and I know Brad, Kyle, I'm not sure if I've shared with you guys some of the data of how we're performing in the state, which is amazing. And there still ends up being, we're home-based, amazing results, and there's this interesting dynamic when it comes to our partners where it's at first, well, we've never heard of it. We're not going to carry them. And then we quickly became number one. And then it's, well, now they're the big guy. We just want the small stuff. And there's no in between. But I think the validation of the partnership with the Packers, the Brewers, it almost brings in, I think, this extra, it's not so much of a business decision. It's actually more of a emotional decision. Because we love the Packers. Now we've got this hometown thing, or the Brewers. It's Wisconsin, and it's Packers. And, well, now why wouldn't I? And the interesting thing is we can tell you all the financial reasons why it's great for your business, but then this mental, emotional part ends up being almost a better reasoning to activate within the market.
And on the Carbless Talking text line on cue, Josh in the 262, is Carbless hiring? I'd love to work for this man.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Josh. Very much appreciate that. If you head to our website, drinkcarbless.com, go to the careers part. We are hiring. I don't think we have any available roles in Wisconsin right now, but at the top right, there's a place for job alerts. If you sign up for that, then every time we open up a new role, you get notified, and if it's something you're interested in, you can apply.
Is there any openings for the tasting person? Because I would certainly, I have a little time on my hands, a little part-time job in the tasting world. What do you say?
We've got another one that has to be coming up in the summer because we're on 2 for 2 the last 2 summers.
We are.
So.
We certainly are. Yeah. Is there any flavors upcoming in the pipeline that you can tease? Anything like that? I mean, the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack has been ridiculous, so good. I mean, I've seen so many pop up. So, anything that you can tease, or is it still in the incubator to be released at a different date?
Is in the incubator. I think the thing that I will share is there's going to be a lot of nostalgia coming back from Carbless, and it's not like old Carbless. It's just think nostalgic flavors.
Okay. I'm intrigued. I can't wait.
I know.
Brad, start taking guesses.
I'm going to say no to them all,
yeah,
no matter
that's
what.
true.
Exactly.
Yes, as you should.
Adam, I'm going to be honest. One thing I do love, because if you all have grown, KBN has grown as well, and whenever I go different places, when I see somebody with a Carbless in their hand, there's this sense of pride that I have, simply because I know you, I know all the hard work you all put in, but Wisconsin, baby, that's what it represents. So that's what I absolutely love. Anytime I say, look at the Carbless, I love it.
Yesterday
So,
on the broadcast, I don't know if you got text, Stadium View, they showed the broadcast. I'm seeing it right there as they pan the camera.
Oh, Stadium View in Green Bay?
In Green Bay. They did a little pan to the fans inside, and it was like, there it is. Do you get joy out of that? Where do you find your joy in when you grow a business, right? It's easy to get lost in what's, next versus what you're doing and how it matters.
Yeah.
Which, again, I know you've had this, it is booze.
No, but so here's the funny thing, and I'm not going to try to correlate myself to Michael Jordan, but
do it.
ESPN Radio.
Right now, you're the MJ now.
No, Jordan. No, I'm not the MJ. So
ready to drink, baby.
There you go. The book Relentless is by Tim Grover, which was one of his trainers, and he was talking about the difference between MJ and then maybe he said MJ, Dwayne Wade, and Kobe were kind of on the same level, and then there's other people that I'm not going to mention because I don't know enough data. But that they were on a different level. And part of it was when MJ won, he would look at Tim and be like, hey, we're back in the gym tomorrow at 4:30 in the morning. When MJ lost, he'd look at Tim and he's like, we're back in the gym at 4:30 in the morning, as we're some of the, he calls it like the next tier. They're the ones that are go out and celebrate. But when they lose, they're just basically running a pity party, as where Michael was just on this consistent basis of I always have to improve and I have to work on that jump shot that I maybe missed. So to answer your question on do I get excited? I do, but what consumes more of my time is every dang picture I see on social media. If somebody's holding a can, I'm zooming in to see if it's a carbless, and if it's not a carbless, I'm pissed.
Because you want every person in the world to have it.
Yeah. And so it's our job to continue to figure out how do I get every dang can of a picture to be a carbless.
Well, Brad, why don't you tell people where to go to find it?
Well, I can find carbless so many different places. That's the beautiful thing about the state of Wisconsin. It could be your local bar or restaurant. It could be your local grocer. I was at Costco just the other day and picked up the margarita pack. Unbelievable, wonderful new addition there. Carbless is the one you're going to have to go to the end of your aisle, take one hand, take two hands, pick up those boxes, put them in your cart, because you know this is more with carbless. Everything I love. The carbonation, oh so perfect. Truly something you need to taste in order to believe. No carbs, no sugar, no gluten, 100 calories per can, meaning that there's no guilt-free experience. I trust every single ingredient inside that can. And as we were talking about, flavors for everybody, flavors for every occasion, and more flavors in the incubator.
The incubator.
Consider me interested and can't wait for those to release. But in the meantime, I love every single flavor. And you guys know, less is more with carbless.
Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, Adam Craner, the co-founder, owner of Carbless. We appreciate the time. Thank you for your service. Thanks for stopping in on Veterans Day. As we were, being berated by market manager Greg Scalzo, you go to Real Professionals over at WTMJ coming up next. But thanks for sharing your insight and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me. Always happy to be here.
Adam Craner, Carbless co-founder. We continue on with Kyle Brust-Nortman. With you, KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Carbless Talking text line. Your calls, your text next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust-Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible. Wait,
what?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 4394, the off-ramp to Beecher has a crash. There is a squad there. Looks like there's 2 lanes being blocked on that off-ramp. So just be careful as you're making your way through that area. It is going to be slow. We're seeing delays from just before North Avenue all the way down through the Marquette, all the way past the accident scene, which is on a ramp, all the way down to the KK River. And we've got westbound 94 heavy from about 27th Street all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's got backups from 92nd Street all the way to Hawley Road. And then we've got still delays southbound 41 from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down past Hampton. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 26. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, and mild, high of 50. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play over 2,000 courses, including that famous one with the green jackets. Book your bay at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free in 36 months of 0% financing plus a bonus $1,000 off. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Gary Ellison for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking to escape the cold or take a midday break? Get your game on at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, where it's always golf season. Play more than 2,000 courses, including over 50 right here in Wisconsin. And even that famous course where they hand out green jackets. Top tech simulators, great food, and the best Bloody Marys around. This is your year-round slice of summer. Bays start at just $35 an hour, Monday through Friday. Book your bay today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Is mud calling a timeout on your ride? A Tsunami Express car wash membership is your winning play. Get unlimited washes, fast lane access, and free vacuums every visit, all for less than $1 a day. With 7 Milwaukee area locations, including the newest spot in New Berlin, keeping your car in prime time condition is a total touchdown. Whether you're tailgating, heading to the stadium, or just cruising around town, make sure you roll up looking like a champ. Become a member today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Buying a home is one of the biggest moves you will ever make. And if you're making a move like that, you need to have a team behind you that knows exactly what they are doing, but also actually cares. That's why when you're ready, you need to work with my friends at Citizens Bank. From pre-approval to closing, and even after you get the keys, they will be there with you every step of the way. No runaround. No wondering who to call, no last-minute surprises, just one trusted lender making the whole thing feel a lot less stressful. And get this, you can meet with someone in person or start your application online. However you roll, they've got you. So whether you're buying, refinancing, or just starting to dream, check out Citizens Bank, WI.bank. That's Citizens Bank, WI.bank. Citizens Bank, that's banking where you belong.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN, we got a couple of polls. This one is for Ed Policy, just as market research for him. The Packers president's Kyle Brust and Nortman with you till 5 o'clock. Is the 2025 Packers problems more of a talent issue, Brian Gutekunst, or a coaching issue, Matt LaFleur?
What the polls say?
I'm dying to know.
What do you think?
80-20 coaching.
Yeah, you're about accurate. From when the last time I saw it, it was a runaway.
91% coaching, 9% talent.
That's
so,
more than I thought.
Matt LaFleur is on the hot seat. Not maybe Ed Policy ain't on the hot seat for him. He on the hot seat in Packer Nation. I can tell you that now.
Well, I mean, between now and the end of the year, Matt LaFleur has to prove why he should be back as coach in 2026. It's possible. And he's done a lot in the past.
The accountability thing is what's big for me. We see so many things of, can you fix the problems inside your house? And we keep seeing the same ones. And when you keep seeing the same ones, how do you start to believe that a guy that's been doing this for so long for the team will be able to fix them? Also, we have the Packers hit their ceiling under Matt LaFleur? And is it time for Green Bay to move on from him? This, I think, is probably fair for a day after a game. 59% say it's time for a new coach. 41% say, no, he deserves more time.
I'm in the 41%.
You think he should stay?
Deserves more time, as in, you got, 8 games left? Plus the playoffs. This is your time.
Plus the playoffs if you do your job.
Yeah, I mean, they got to earn that playoff berth.
We'll have a resolution come the end of January. Maybe February. February we may know, but end of January, we'll have a resolution on whether or not he'll be back or not.
There's a lot to prove between now and then. There's a lot. I mean, status quo is not good enough.
A lot of opportunity. That's what I see.
Are you
lot
starting
of
to turn a
opportunity.
page? A little more optimism now? A little bit more positive?
Yeah, I'm going to be optimistic probably the rest of the week. It's a shorter week till we get to game day, so I'm still going to be mad. So by Thursday, I'll be optimistic.
Let's go to Brian in Lake Mills on the Carbless Talking text line. You're up, Brian.
So I think a lot of this falls into the answer of the question right here is when LaFleur, if he were to get stripped of play calling, like Campbell did of the offense coordinator, he took it over. But let's just say you're off your head coach, you're the play caller, you get stripped of that. What talent do you bring to the team that is one where, you can evaluate and go, okay, I'm going to let someone else call the plays because I'm going to rally the team and I'm going to get them fired up. I have no faith that LaFleur could do that.
Brian, thanks for the call because it relays right into the report card, the head coaching report card. We all picked play calling as the number one strength while we knew it was dwindling because we don't believe in his execution and discipline, his game management, time and score situationally, leadership. So if you were to take away play calling, are you confident that if he took away that portion of his job that he'd be able to execute these other things that are important for a head coach at a high level?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Office Space from the 90s, but if Matt LaFleur is no longer calling plays, it's like when they say, what exactly do you do here? Because I don't know what else he would bring to the table. He's a play caller primarily, but like he's not this culture setter. He's not this like cast of vision guy. He's a play caller. He's an offensive mind. He's completely offloaded and delegated defense to Hafley, rightfully so, but you can see what Hafley, who's more of a tough, physical culture setter, what he has done to the defensive side of the ball. Without play calling, Matt LaFleur is just like, what exactly do you do here?
Yeah, and again, this might be a sense of Matt LaFleur maybe be in over his head. When I say in over his head, it is hard to balance play calling and being a head coach sometimes. Only special elite guys can do that. So I just think it'll be interesting to see how everything shakes out because I've never been one that says he needs to give up play calling duties. I don't think we have a second option, right? I honestly, I don't. Who do you give it to?
Luke Getsy.
His track record is what?
Bad.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying is I just don't think there's another option because if there was another option, it would be a team, a unit. Matt LaFleur,
Matt LaFleur
don't want me. But
maybe Matt LaFleur gives up play calling to somebody else so you can see how much worse it could be just to take it back to say, you know what?
That'd be a heady play by Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
Except that would cost the Packers losses and his job.
Yes, it would.
Exactly. That causes you to get fired. So I think within this, it just isn't Matt LaFleur who's in the office or in the lab by himself. All these guys that you brought up, Stinovich, Gessie, all these guys come together and they figure out what is the great game plan for this week. And right now, they're just not getting it done.
Last 8 games, right off the rip, Kyle. Their record is what in the last 8 games?
5-3.
Brad?
I think 5-3 as well. That's 10 wins, and that's your wild card team again.
4-4.
Make the playoffs?
No, you don't make the playoffs at 4.
9-7-1. That's not making the playoffs.
You got 2 teams in the NFC West who have 7 wins already. That's not going to get you into the playoffs. And then you got the
I can't trust them.
That would be fireable.
I can't trust them. I can't trust them. I know you will.
We will see.
It's a must win on Sunday.
You got me with that one.
All right, now I'm going to be able to get you because I just got by the Lifetime Home Services this morning. Guys, this morning, 7 a.m., I heard a knock on my door. It was Lifetime Home Services, and they were there to completely renovate baby Will's closet. It was a blank slate, nothing on the walls, nothing. Within less than 2 hours, a complete renovation, and it looks unbelievable. What a way to have baby Will in his bedroom finally feel like his. That's all thanks to Lifetime Home Services. Lifetime Home Services is everything you need under one roof. Custom closets like we just did for our baby, but also full home renovations, cleaner air, radon safety, cabinetry, epoxy floors. You might be thinking about that epoxy floors right now, especially as winter is on its way. For me, it was custom closets. In the future, it'll be so much more for the Nortman estate. And for you, Lifetime Home Services can take care of whatever that project is. All the menu, all under one roof and one company because over 30 years, families like ours have trusted Lifetime Home Services to make their homes safer and better looking. Trusted solutions, lifetime results. Schedule today at lifetimehomeservices.com.
What a day for John Anderson. A day after a game. John Anderson, Sports Center, Wipeout, ESPN, professor at Missouri.
Poor guy.
Professor Big Daddy J.A. joins us next to wrap up our show before the Homer Hour next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I was like, it's the 4-1-4 hour at 4.
I'm not going to lie. I feel like the kid who got picked on the sports team. I was like, oh, you want me? No way.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Are you looking for a way to make an impact this holiday season? Donate to Life Navigator's Soap Suds Drive. It's simple. Your donation of body wash, hand soap, lotion, or laundry pods will help local kids and adults with disabilities stay safe, happy, and healthy all year. Please consider donating this holiday season to the Life Navigators Soap Suds Drive. Learn more on how you can donate at lifenavigators.org. Life Navigators has been your disability partner for 75 years. Learn more at lifenavigators.org.
Welcome to Jackpot Land, this fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month and earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is senior Lauren McCullough from Menominee High School. Lauren captured the 2025 WIAA Division I Girls Cross Country State Championship, setting a new state meet record with a time of 17 minutes and 26.4 seconds. She finished 15 seconds ahead of the runner-up, becoming Menominee's first ever cross-country state champion. Her title caps an impressive climb over the past 3 seasons, finishing 10th at state in 2023, 6th in 2024, and now taking home top billing in 2025. McCullough's victory also earned her recognition as the Wisconsin Cross Country Coaches Association Runner of the Year, along with first-team All-State honors. Congrats to senior Lauren McCullough, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. At 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, it's a superior, smooth taste worth playing for. Grab a Michelob Ultra, superior light beer, as you cheer your team on. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks. Enjoy a Michelob Ultra at Dugout 54 in Milwaukee, Maxwell's in Cedarburg, Stenney's Lake Country, and Brat Stop in Kenosha. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and when it comes to my home, I want a team that I can trust, and that's Lifetime Home Services. From cleaner air and radon safety to custom closets and electrical work, they do it all under one roof. What I'm most excited about right now is their epoxy floors. They make your garage clean, durable, and organized with shelving and storage to get everything off the floor. For over 30 years, families have trusted Lifetime Home Services to make their homes safer and better looking. Trusted solution, lifetime results. Schedule today at lifetimehomeservices.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Looking for a delicious meal without breaking the bank? Cousin Subs has you covered. Our $10 meal deal gives you a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub piled high with fresh hand-sliced ingredients, crisp veggies, and all your favorite toppings. Add a bag of chips or regular fries, a fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal's available online or through the Cousins app only, and you can enjoy your meal at home, at work, or delivered straight to your door, hot and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Available at participating locations. Offer subject to change.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Oh, you're driving around right now, and you need to give a special salute to our friends at Tsunami Express, because this Veterans Day, today, All United States veterans and active duty service members can enjoy a free car wash at Tsunami Express, any location around southeastern Wisconsin. It's Tsunami Express's way to say thank you to your service and everything you do for your country. So if you're a veteran or active duty, swing on by Tsunami Express for that free car wash where you will be treated like the hero that you are. 8 convenient locations all across Milwaukee area. There's always a Tsunami Express nearby. So head on in, relax, wash, chill, and repeat with Tsunami Express Car Wash.
I think John Anderson likely is still taking in all the things that happened. I believe he's joining us, but we do have Homer to our left as well, which I always love when Homer does his drop-ins. We have John, I believe. John, welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Ortman. It's Professor Big Daddy J.A. John Anderson. What's up, John?
How are we feeling today, guys? I feel like everybody, I've had people texting me and calling me and saying they're going into the Aaron Rodgers cave for the next 3 weeks. And I fear there's a pall over the Packers program and organization right now.
I feel like you should tell us how you feel. We want to hear what you have to say.
How are people feeling the day after their friends died on the Titanic?
That from the guy who had them and was saying anything less than the Super Bowl after week 2 was going to be disappointing.
He said the division was a
division.
lock.
Doesn't matter. Yes, I'm shocked at how bad this has gotten. Yes.
I would. Well, the offense and old Matt needs to maybe we got to check up. But that's why they have the second half of the season, so I'm okay with that. I trust they'll figure this out.
Why?
They can't keep going because they've shown before that they can score points. So I don't think it's kind of like the guy that goes out. It's like the guy that goes to the driving range and says, "Man, my 7 isn't working. My 7-iron's not working today." I'm like, "No, you know how to hit a 7-iron. You know how to hit every club in the bag. You're not hitting it well right now, but it's not because the club suddenly doesn't work. You just got to figure out what's wrong and tinker with it. You don't magically forget how to do stuff."
So you don't imagine that they're going to just run an inside zone on 1st and 2nd down next game?
Yeah, well, they could. But, yeah, the idea that, by the way, that they're yelling out their plays, I thought that's why we applaud defenders who stay and watch extra film so they can recognize situations, recognize personnel, recognize formations, and so for the exact thing so that they can yell out what's coming.
Ain't nothing to recognize when it's the same thing all damn game.
4th and 1, you got to audible out of that or call timeout, right, John?
Yeah.
I don't know. For many years, the people thought the Packers sweep was coming, and Lombardi did it better than they did. I think you're fine. Block it better than they can do it. If that's your best play, run your best play with your best player, but you better be able to block it. That's the problem. I don't care if they know that it's coming. I need a yard. I'll still shove it down their throat.
Yeah, John, I
have no problem with the play call whatsoever. That play call at all? None. That's my best play and my best player, and we run it, block it, and get a yard.
John, I need you to listen to Josh Jacobs because the level of confidence you have was not exuded from Josh Jacobs, our running back on that play.
No, he did say that, yeah.
You hear that, Si? Hey, just stop there.
As a runner, don't.
Man, I knew it. They were just going to stuff me, and it sucks to be in that position.
Well, listen, here's a guy who every game, right, he's got 68 rushing yards, and 87 of them are after contact.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I get it. That's not a good deal. But that's kind of where he's at. Like, the one time I was sitting there with my son last night watching, and I said, why do they never toss? Because we're here in Kansas City, right? Give me the toss power sweep. Remember that from NFL films, right? And Hank's like, come on, baby, give me the 29 toss power sweep. And they ran it once, and he gained like 7 yards, but everything is inside the tackles, like when you see him. Like, for the most part, that's fine. Load up the box and go after him. But I'm not as down on the play call as everybody else, and I get that's tough sledding for him. And for most of the time, he's a really good soldier. He just goes and takes it. Right? Like, I don't know how tall he is, but he's going to be 6 inches shorter by the end of the season from getting stuffed all the time. But I think still, if I have a play that I know that works and has worked, and I have the guys that can block it, I don't care if they know it's coming.
John, I think we all had lofty expectations.
You're such an old head. It's so great.
Yeah, I mean, that is – we're quoting Lombardi,
no, but
and the toss
did
sweep.
You know that, did you know they were going to throw it to Devontae Adams every time?
Was it successful leading up to that point?
That's the thing. They're not running the ball well, John.
What would you like to do? They didn't throw it very well last night either.
Come up with some deception. Don't do the same thing you've been doing all game.
I'm with Nick Saban. In tight spots, I think a player's not plays. So I wanted to get my best player the ball.
Yes, there are ways that teams in the NFL get players the ball in more advantageous situations than poor Josh Jacobs got it yesterday.
Dude, how many times did you play basketball and the guy that's the best guy didn't get enough shots?
Not apples to apples. There is a game.
Okay.
Tausch tried doing this too.
Okay.
I'm sick. I'm sick of this.
I like John today. John, you standing on business.
Well,
you feel like I'm going to feel later this week. You standing on business protecting these Packers, and I love it.
Listen. If I'm in bed with Tausch on this, an offensive lineman, I'm not going to feel bad about it then.
Well, he's on the Goody payroll. You got to remember that.
Okay. I just know there are times when you're like, wow, that guy is really good. Why did he only get 4 shots in the game? Or that guy's our best player. Kelvin Sampson said that one time, right? Basketball is not a democracy. The best player gets to shoot the most.
The amount of
And yet
times I
somehow
watch the best players get the ball from other teams with more creative ways than a inside zone run on the most important game, I will go to war on this one all day long. I can even Saquon in that game when they didn't go tush push, they put him in a fullback slot. They get some motion. They get him in a spot where it was different than how they were doing it. Jahmyr Gibbs, he gets the ball in the most important spots in 4th down, maybe 4th and 5 even, and he's getting in the end zone still because they're utilizing him in different ways, not the same way the entire game. So now I'm taking my frustration on you. I'm sorry.
Yes,
it's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Next time, I'll just tell him, put a guy in motion. Ben will be happy.
John, we all had Super Bowl expectations for this team going into the season. You don't see them as serious Super Bowl contenders anymore, do you?
I don't think my opinion of them has changed since the first week. I think they're a team that has a chance to win the NFC. There's nobody in the NFC that blows me away yet. And I think that they have problems that seem fixable on offense. And if they end up great and can have a good 2 months, they got 2 months. I feel like they're okay. The Packers won the Super Bowl, and the team came in as the 7th seed, which obviously means they weren't tearing it up for the whole regular season, but got playing really good ball at the right time. I'm not giving up on anybody the first week of November.
All right, John. Homer, have fun with him. Spicy and sweet today.
He feels like he needs to defend a student who's struggling, the professor.
Oh, 2 minutes, more of that.
We got delays along southbound 43 starting from Good Hope Road all the way to Bender and then back on the brakes